See, out of context, that statement by itself just sounds like you're talking about my sexuality again.
I mean,
I don't know,
you
I'll figure it out. It works.
Ah, good. Okay, I can hear the stream. There we go. All right, perfect. I'm also a bit loud, I think, so I'm going to turn myself down a bit. Whence?
Hutbit is here already.
The hell is my wheel getting caught on? Oh well, whatever.
And Nico Ias as well. I'm wise to your silver gunner trickery. And before I even do anything else, apart from the fact that, full disclosure, I'm shirtless right now just because it's been rather warm in the UK. I feel so naive, because on my radio show today, I was like, oh, hashtag heatwave is trending, but it's so chilly in the studio. Turns out, air conditioning is a thing. Speaking of my radio show, how none of you have been listening to that?
Oh, is that going? I didn't even realize.
Heather, you supportive friend.
Look, you...
I got a new shirt for it and everything. Like the logo, which I designed, by the way. I designed that logo. Yeah. That's not like just print. Like, that's part of the fabric. Like, that's not just like a transfer print. Like, it's a good printing company, goddammit. We have two printing companies. I had to write adverts for both of them. And one of them is, I think they're called Mint Signs. And for the longest time, I did not know what they were called. So I just had them in my notes as Minty Printy. For you see, I made all the adverts. Oh, apart from one. As of today, they've added in one of the old adverts from previous circulation onto the radio station. For those who aren't aware, FCOT FM, like... FCOTFM.online. There is a website. I am on a actual radio thing that is broadcast on actual radio and also online as well, so you can listen from anywhere in the world. And my daily show is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. BST, which is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. CEST, and 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern America time. So listen to me then, because I need people to interact with me, because it's just been my mother and one of my work colleagues so far, and it's so disheartening. I'm somewhat overreacting. Did I mention I'm not wearing a shirt? Oh, it's okay, Lozzie. I understand that you have a life and a knife. I'm assuming you have knives in your home. Otherwise, how do you cut your food?
With teeth and forks. Doy. This iced tea is really good. It's putting me in a good mood. I'm in a good mood.
More like good moo.
Look, I've been doing that on Twitter a lot. I'm pretty sure somebody's gotten annoyed with me by now. Which is why I'm going to keep doing it.
Who could ever be oi with ooh? Yes.
Well, do you want me to start writing up a list starting 5 years ago?
Unless it devolves into Iggy Azalea's section from Problem... Is it Problem? Yes. Tristan is here as well. Good evening, good sir, my lovely. Yes, hello. Obviously, as I warned previously, there will be massive spoilers because this is the sort of midpoint forwards of chapter 2. So we already know some dead people. I see dead people. Specifically, I see them after they die.
Dead people.
And then they're dead.
Oh.
Also, as part of my radio show, I'm running a competition where if you take a selfie that matches the theme and the theme is green, then you win a prize bundle, which I think is just some FCOT FM merchandise, but I'll sign it if y'all want. I will use... End of thought. Now, I will use the radio budget to send it to wherever you happen to be in the world. I will make that be a thing. Anywho's it. Should we do the thing that we normally do with trials, and I will open up the evidence and have a read through it whilst you do your best Miles Testworth impression of reading out my thoughts before the show as well, because I did think some thoughts and I shared them with Heather like a few minutes ago, some flavour of time. I leave it with you. I'm just gonna be reading the evidence. That's usually...
I've had some thoughts, though. Probably using mental gymnastics to retrofit the culprit to the crime, but then again, Ryoma was handcuffed when we saw him get eaten. There was a pair of handcuffs missing from his ultimate prisoner room. Plus, I suspect he was forcibly drowned in that sink to circumvent the rule about using the pool at night. So, the pool is a massive red herring. Also, Shuichi went to great pains to note the exact dimensions of the pool. Combine that with the long-ass cordy thing and the stretches on the pool window out in the gym side, I'm starting to think there was some kind of jank-ass ropeway involved. Like fucking zip-lining the boy, post-mortem, cross the pool into the piranha tank. But he didn't get eaten upon arrival because that mysterious square panel thing that we found during the investigations partitioned the piranhas into the half-tank space so he could be stored behind them, not amongst them, hence why the piranha looked so crowded on the day of the crime. And who was standing by the gym window the whole time? Why, Ms. responsible for hanging the curtains herself, Kirumi Tojo.
And Heartbeat, I would prefer via Twitter or Facebook, whichever you prefer, if indeed that's possible, just so I can like share it using the official FM media things, because also I can't really access Discord while I'm doing the show, because like I can use the official social media accounts of the station, but I can't access my personal ones unless there's like a song playing so I can get my phone out and whatever, and my phone can't do Discord, so I have no access to Discord. Oh wow, that's so specific. Just pool rules. There's a really intricate picture of list of rules, and it's just summarized as entering the pool is prohibited during nighttime. 69. Oh. It's the sex number.
Oh no. But steel is heavier than feathers.
But heathers are feather. Because you have to live with what you did to those birds.
Oh my god. I did nothing of the sort. How could I know that they were related?
Also, another thought that I'd had was, like, just sort of as a fun thing. Like, you know how before there was that time where I lied and it didn't, like, the game was like, whoa, shit, you did a thing in the previous trial.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't surprise me if at some point we have to do that just to humor Himiko and be like, oh, no, yeah, it was fine, it wasn't a trick, it was totally magic.
I hate to say I'd 100% believe that, but yeah.
Anyway, since we're here, I have 7 beeps of boop and a loop of people. But is there anything here that I would actually... I kind of want that. Yeah. I mean, I can't actually afford any of these anyway, so... What? Wait, why can I... Why can I just... Oh, wait, it's already unlocked. Well, I don't like the machine gun ability, so it can just go to bed. And... Yeah, apparently that's not very useful. So... Just a peek! Peeky cheeky.
Oh my god.
I think... Safety first. Oh, I know what that is because it's in the demo, and I kind of like the idea of, like, completely removing the penalty, just because I don't like being penalized. There are things that begin with P that I'm okay with, but penalization isn't one of them. What was that accent?
How about penetration?
You got the joke. Anyway... We'll head into the trial of the 150th ass. Because, you know, CL, ass, Roman numerals for ass. Enjoy your stay.
For the day we... I would love it if we just go into the elevator and bing bong, a body has been discovered. Yeah, that'd be nice. I want people to die.
Now then.
Ah, the classic fanfiction. Where it stops mid-smutch to be a PSA about protection.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is.
I wonder if we could get like a condom hat going amongst the kids. Like make that like the newest hip fashion.
I only heard half of that, so I'm just going to assume the safe sex challenge.
Vote correctly.
Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck is the safe sex challenge? I'm terrified about this.
person will
Do
graduate
sex
from
safely.
this academy.
Good luck. And then you tag 3 friends to...
Oh no,
Also,
Tess.
refusing to vote will result in
No.
your death. So you better vote for
Just
someone.
make
Also,
sure
I've
you
noticed how
remember to tag me.
Ryoma's crossed out with like this really, like, just bold, just that. This is an X! Whereas, like, Rentaro is just like a splishy, sploshy beep boop. And we haven't seen Kaede
Let's
yet.
get this crazy, awesome to the max trial underway!
Underwear!
I think we all know who the most suspicious one is. It's...
That's right, I
Boy,
forgot the
come
class
on, work
announcement.
together,
I'm
everyone.
sorry.
Penis hat?
Yes?
The person who's most suspicious is...
Now lend me your energy,
only
everyone, so we can
sometimes.
catch the culprit.
My god, Tenko, your lady boner is so evident.
Because the murder happened during the magic show, the culprit can only be...
Hey-ya! I'm in top form today.
Tenko is having none of Kokichi's shit.
Tenko, why are you interrupting me? We can't have a good trial if you talk over me.
Because, Kokichi Grandma, you are a bag of dicks.
Huh? I'm not interrupting you.
The meme face. And, oh, do they not do that in this game then, Nabi? Because I like that as well. It was a nice touch. It was a good touch.
Whatever you have to say is probably worthless anyway, because all males want to talk about is S-E.
Himiko seems suspicious.
Wow, Angie. Just throw her onto the bus, why don't you? That was just a cute noise, just like, yeah. Can relate.
Hey! Angie, how can you accuse Himiko? Aren't you her friend?
I'm just telling you what Atua is telling me.
Was
He is
because
using his
Kokichi Oma.
divine knowledge
Oma is
to
German for
show us
grandma.
the way to survive. You should thank him, lest he pour his holy wrath upon you all.
Slather a hot, buttery load of wrath on me.
Oh my.
I don't know where that came from.
Screw Atua! That guy's got nothing on me. I'll protect Himiko.
But it does point to Himiko being the most suspicious.
Are they going out of their way to just not show Kaede's portrait? Because I've just not seen it so far. Because Roman's is so neat.
died during Himiko's magic show.
You would have thought they'd at least use like bones or something. You know, I love beyond the bones. I cross my portrait. I'm stronger than shot put balls. Oh dear, Azerbaijan.
Whew.
His body appearing in the
More like
water
foof.
tank leads one
No?
to think
Okay.
the escape trick played a part.
I know too many foods.
It's only natural
so
we suspect Himiko.
Yeah.
She was the one performing the trick.
No, that's wrong.
Exactly.
Oh, Kaede's cross is a mess. It's beautiful.
Interesting.
It was
Intentional,
magic.
probably? I mean, obviously, but...
It was designed by graphic designers.
It's not the part you need to deny. You gotta tell us you're not the culprit.
You know what? If you told me that Laura, that your sister, the self-proclaimed ultimate Bible, then yes, I could believe it. Because you know, who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? And who wrote the Bible? This is the Bible.
Magic, huh? That's so cool.
This
What a
is Bill.
mysterious
Bill.
miracle. Now, did you kill Ryoma, Himiko? Atua will hear your confession.
Oh, Angie, I don't think you're going to survive the whole
Stop
game.
it! There's no way any of that is true.
For what it's worth, Tenko, you neither.
It's true, though.
Or you,
Himiko used the
Kokichi.
underwater escape trick to kill Ryoma. But I still don't have a clue how Himiko did the trick.
It's not a trick. It's magic.
It's Saturday, man, robot!
It's more or less what she said.
Magic.
Ultimate clairvoyant, eh?
No, maybe it really was magic.
Oh, stop it. If you don't reveal your trick now, then we'll vote you as the culprit.
Stop picking on Himiko! A cute tiny flower like her couldn't kill anyone.
I get that you want to defend her, but that might be a bit much.
Yeah, Tenko is kind of being Tucker as fuck right now. Gunter Daddy. If I had the time and the inclination, I would go through all these streams and put together like 2 separate like montages. One of every time I've said Gunter Daddy, and that one counts. And all the times I've screamed about the vagina, because we're going to have some vagina times. It is a trial after all.
Yes, that thing you just said.
Oh, everyone's being all shift. Okay. Only starting with 4 truth bullets. That's gonna end well, I'm sure.
The culprit used the underwater escape trick to pull off a sneaky switcheroo with Riona.
It's
After that,
magic.
time ran out.
Oh, it's
Opened, the piranhas
magic!
came pouring out.
Oh, my piranhas.
And he was eating the wine.
Now you hold your fuck there. No, he was not, sir.
That's wrong!
Where was my vagina?
There you go.
No, Ryoma's death was not.
But no, he was already good rounded. See, I'm just seeing on my dashboard behind me because the stream's on a bit of a delay in the background behind me. I should have got a vagina for that and I didn't. Sad.
The Monokuma file indicates the cause of death is drowning.
On a scale of vagina to no vagina, this one wasn't.
So it wasn't the piranha then. He was drowned.
Alright then.
Well, I mean, it's a V thing. How can I not?
I haven't checked the Monokuma file yet, so that's
It's
news
just
to me.
a fee thing. You wouldn't understand.
You lying little brat! Telling lies is what turns you into a degenerate male.
Stepdaddy amons. But Laura, as my mother has been trying to get me to say, Mon's not hot.
So
Boom. Quick maths.
Ryoma drowned, Himiko changed places with him, and then the piranhas ate him, right?
No, Himiko only had 60 seconds to escape from the tank.
You tell him with science, Kibo.
Even if they changed places at the start of the show, that's insufficient time to drown
And you would
someone.
know this how?
If that is the case, then when did he drown?
Yes, Kirubi, because of everyone here, you're the one who's least likely to know. According to my predictions, anyway. And that's just based on, you were standing by the curtains, so you must have done the diddly donkey deed.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would have been before the show.
That's it!
Because if he drowned after the show, he'd be a bit too dead to drown.
Ryoma was already drowned before the show started.
Agreed.
Thank you, Korekyo. Your input is very, very valuable here.
Before being eaten by the piranhas, he made no attempt to escape the water. To be precise, he made no movements whatsoever.
Turtle tea, golden nuggets, and sauce.
Yes. By that point, he had already joined the ranks of the dead.
Could that mean his body was hidden until the culprit made it appear in the tank?
I mean, it's consistent with what I predicted, so sure, it's canon.
Hidden? Where?
Up the backside of Gonta Daddy.
The culprit would have had to
Cavity
hide
search.
the body near the tank, and then show it during the act.
Oh wow,
Easier
what's
said than
this?
done.
Oh,
Was there a place on
See, you
stage
did that
where
too
the
well.
culprit could have hid the body? Oh
Couldn't
wait,
imagine why,
Himiko should
but,
know since she performed the underwater escape trick.
it's magic.
Himiko,
Ho, ho,
why
ho.
won't you just explain it to us?
Oh, the sink.
'Cause it's magic.
No, maybe it really was magic.
Gonta's so precious. And Maki's having none of it.
Himiko is committed to her act, but those who deal in dreams are oft liars.
Why is everyone still picking on Himiko? You're all worse than a drunk dad's ramblings.
And you would know this how, Tanko?
We should let him vent. After all, it's tough being the man of the house.
And you would know this how, Tsubugi?
Man, we gotta figure out how the trick works to find where the body was hidden.
But Himiko does not wish to tell us how she performed her act.
And she's willing to die for her cause, apparently.
Then let's work together to reveal the secret behind Himiko's
Yeah, here we
trick.
go. We're gonna work together to expose you. How do you feel?
So, not real magic?
No, it was real magic. Magic. Magic.
Yum yum, ominous with your cascade badge hairpin.
Oh no! It's Himiko's curse! Her curses are really
Is it making you moist, madam?
Aren't incantations usually more, complicated than that?
Okay, what do we got? Well, we're talking about the
Did
trick,
Himiko escape
so...
the water tank?
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
That was devious
The
with that
curtain
move.
covering the tank was certainly suspicious.
What about that square pane of glass we found in the tank?
Maybe the tank had a secret hatch.
It must be real magic!
Yeah! Real escape magic!
Oh,
Maybe there were
God.
2 Himikos,
Yes, of course.
and one of them was Sumugi in disguise.
Cospox, dear.
Hey, my costumes aren't disguises.
What's with all the sunshine
did
and shit
Himiko
whenever
escape the
Gamsa
water
talks?
tank?
I mean, I love it, but...
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
The curtain covering the tank was certainly suspicious.
Sort of zoned out
What
the
about
first
that
time.
square pane of glass we found in the tank?
I think we have to do an
The
agree.
tank had a secret hatch.
Yay, we got a vagina agreement! Okay, Turtle T, see you next time.
Maki is correct. There was an escape hatch on that tank.
I see. So it did have one.
I so wanted to just... I want to believe in Himiko, even though we know it's not true.
There was a panel on the side that could open. That was her escape.
Mind over strength!
Oh, hello, Tenko. We're just having a flan up in here. Girl time flanty.
No! Your logic
Flanty,
is all
flanty.
wrong, Shuichi.
Panty. Girl time flanty.
What do you mean?
Which, for those who aren't aware, at some point, I don't know who they were. I think it was some website. I genuinely don't know. I just remember it being posted on the QI Twitter feed that
And you don't
some
even know why you're wrong either. Typical
vagina agreement with
tomato.
consent. Exactly, Lozzie. But yeah, some website, some porn website had like used an AI to predict what will be popular in the future, and the tags included doot sex, girl time flanty, tang pong, and batish my yeasel.
My personal
I'll
favorite.
smash in your face with
Yes,
my
but
fist
doot
of hot
sex
burning
though.
steel.
We shove a
Yeah,
trumpet
but-
up into the fish taco and. Broop.
Into the fish... Oh my god, Tess.
Wait, also, I'm. Right, how do I exist? Okay, right click. Okay. Wait, hold on. Wait, what's the button? Button is true. Okay, left is cut. Okay, right, okay. Okay, right, yes, okay, right, yes, okay.
The side of the tank being open doesn't have anything to do with Himiko's escape.
Oh, wait, there was
She
the.
didn't use an escape hatch.
But what if she did,
I
though?
know she didn't do that.
That's how I get more room to maneuver.
Now, I'm gonna punch you.
Like, the more I fight with her, the more, like, room to maneuver I have, which is
Wait a second.
flavorful.
Before you punch me,
Interesting.
what makes you so sure she...
Wait a second, before you punch me.
Because if she escaped from a hatch in the tank, the water would have gushed out with her. There would have been water everywhere.
Would there have been? Did I?
I'll cut through your words.
I stabbed the vagina!
Oh, Tess.
There was a
Ew.
reason the room wasn't flooded with water.
Nothing. I'm proud of you. It's about time you
The
finally did.
staircase was attached to the water tank. Try to remember how the staircase was positioned. It was aligned perfectly with the tank's escape hatch. Meaning, the water tank was connected to the inside of the staircase.
So yeah, there's
Side staircase. His body was in stairs?
inside the house.
Knowing that, it's clear how Himiko made her escape from underwater. There was a
Oh,
curtain
for a second
covering
there,
the tank during the
I thought that was
performance.
like a cat wearing a scarf.
Ooh. See, that's really cute.
It's a hat.
allowing Himiko to enter the staircase from the hatch
Can it be a
undetected.
hat of a cat wearing a scarf? Wow.
I mean, she does have a very catty face. But just looking at this diagram, though, like, it's a good thing Himiko is a Shimiko, because otherwise it would look like pissing blue moisture into the stair cavity.
Any water that spilled out
Oh
would
my.
have simply funneled into the staircase.
Goosh.
See that? Yeah.
So how do you get out from the staircase?
With the door.
The staircase also has an escape hatch, one facing away from us. It's placed so that the water would not drain from the staircase.
In which case, a person could exit and leave water inside the staircase.
Inside the house.
However, that person would be soaked, meaning that some trace should be left.
There was
That would
moisture.
explain why there was a puddle around the stairs.
So when Himiko came out from the stairs, her wet clothes dripped water all over.
Kaito, why do you make it sound sexual?
Ha, bitch! Caught you soaking wet and red-handed.
Moist. Heartbeat thought of it too. But also, she's forwards and now red.
Judging from Himiko's reaction, you hit it right on the bullseye.
Yes, we vagina slashed our way into a bullseye.
But Himiko's clothes should have been wet when she left the water tank.
Yes, but everyone has like 50,000 copies of the same outfit, so it wouldn't have been difficult to imagine she procured a dry spare. You know, when an unaroused woman bowls at bowling and gets a 9 and then a 1, it's a very dry spare.
Bowls at bowling.
Clothes were definitely not wet.
Oh my, indeed.
Of course. That's because my underwater escape wasn't a trick.
It
was magic.
Well, she just got changed. That's really not. That's not a difficult thing. Why can't I understand?
It's because she changed her uniform.
Why can't I understand the vagina?
The dormitory is stocked with uniforms.
Why
Did
can't
you
I
hide one
stand
behind
under the
stage in
vagina?
advance?
I mean, you could, but then you're getting into like Paris Hilton territory.
What?
An entire pineapple.
I remember seeing Himiko go to the gym this morning,
You know, to
carrying a uniform
to quote,
and a towel.
"Don't jizz on my puppies, please."
I try not to, but...
Why would you say that?
Force fisting the Power Rangers.
What? Wait!
She had
See,
a
we have
towel,
been
too.
over this.
She may not have had time
I'm
to
sure we
fully dry
have.
her hair,
One does not simply understand the vagina. This is true.
but her short hair and hat ensured we were none the wiser.
You see? Danganronpa characters with hats. They know things.
Himiko can't get wet because her body repels water.
Tenko, in admitting that, you do realize you're pointing out how she will never be moist for you.
Huh? Like a duck?
DuckTales. Whoa. Oh, there's a thing in the back for Mono Kid. The little rosette thing with his face crossed out in what looks like pink. So they are using pink after all.
Himiko, come on. Give it up already.
Fine. You win. It's just like you said. The water tank and staircase both have mechanisms.
So I was correct.
But that doesn't mean I used them.
But you did, though.
I didn't need them, because I used my magic.
Jesus on a loaf.
Again with the magic crap. Were you dropped on your head as a kid?
Jesus, Mew.
Now that we understand how the trick was performed, let us move on.
Yes, let us proceed.
I mean, she is
Where
sort of
did the culprit
duck-sized,
find
apparently.
Rioma's body?
So, a duck-sized horse.
From our discussion earlier, his body could have been in the space inside the staircase.
The stair space, if you will. The square space, if you will.
But that's where
Ooh.
Himiko would escape from, right?
This stream is brought to you by
The
Squarespace.
body?
Ready to see your online domain? Something, I forget the rest of this today with
Seems
Squarespace.
unlikely. There isn't enough space for 2 people.
Audible
to fit
stands for E.
Yeah, the stairs are pretty cramped. It'd be hard to fit even Ryoma and Himiko in there. Who says they went in together? She could have made the switch as she was leaving the tank.
The switch. Click.
Get a load of
She
sweat!
could have
Oh.
pulled out the
I'd
body
almost
from inside the
if I
stairs.
said loaf properly.
I love how we're identifying them based on their hats now. She has 1 point, he has 2.
That way she
And she
got room put
continues to
herself in there.
pee.
See
Your
how
pee.
easy that is.
Sad face. Your pee.
I think that explains how Himiko changed places with Ryoma's body.
Wait a minute! Why did you automatically assume it was Himiko?
Who else but Himiko could have done it?
You know what wouldn't surprise me is if there's like a montage on YouTube of all the times Tenko says Himiko. Oh, she's coming further into the middle.
Angie, you spent more time with Himiko than any of us, so why are you accusing her?
You may think you're protecting Himiko, but what if she really is the culprit? We'll all die, and it will be all your fault. Atua will lose precious devotees. Are you okay with that, Tenko?
I'm totally fine with that.
Oh. Pee in the ball pool.
I don't care what anyone says. Himiko would never
Don't
murder
do it
someone.
while they're watching.
That's what I believe more than anything. I want to believe in her, no matter what. If I can't do that,
The
then
most
I'd
time
rather
or the
just
moist
die.
time? They spent some girl time flanty.
So until this body takes its final breath, I'm gonna keep believing in Himiko.
Well, this just confirms that Himiko definitely didn't do it then, because Tucker's boyfriend died, so Tenko's girlfriend won't. For the entirety of the game, Himiko will survive and Tenko will not, and it will be hilariously tragic.
Tess.
She's still in the middle. I love the dynamism.
Hilarious.
And Tenko's a bit forward as well, it's so cute.
The only one who could have switched out Ryoma's body?
Hold on a second. What was Gunter's account? No one was in the tank, okay.
Himiko herself.
When Himiko was escaping the tank, she dragged out the body hidden in the
Yeah.
stairs
I think Gunter would have seen and he didn't, so
and simply switched places with it.
I love the music here.
Are you telling me you saw that happen?
No one
I
would
love
have
the
seen that.
soundtrack.
It would have occurred in the middle of the show, when the tank was covered with a curtain.
So basically, no one saw.
Excuse you, Kokichi. Vagina!
That's wrong!
Dragon.
Vaku!
Someone did see inside the tank.
Yes!
It was Gonta.
Yeah.
Gonta had climbed onto the
So
stage
is
and
so
was
is his
looking at the tank from above.
is that
a
like
really long word for
cunnilingus?
penis.
Oh, I just thought it was cunnilingus. You know, he gets
Isn't
in
that
there
right,
and.
Gonta?
Oh dear. Oh dear!
Oh yes.
Vagina's the grandma.
Yeah, Gonta saw down into tank, but saw no one in there.
No one was in there?
Yeah, no one. Guess that clue no good, huh?
No, that's actually a great clue. Because
Shirichi looks so happy without his hat.
if Ryoma's body was hidden inside the staircase, Himiko would have had to pull him out before she went inside.
And the fact the tank was empty proves that he was never there to
There
begin with.
certainly wasn't enough room in the staircase for both of them. But that means, if the tank was empty when Gonta looked, Ryoma's body must not have been hidden in the staircase.
Ooh, taste the logic.
What if they squeezed into that space with Ryoma's body to avoid getting caught?
She had no need to worry about us witnessing her at that point. For the entire stage was hidden behind a curtain. To all but Gonta, anyway.
Then the culprit never would have considered hiding inside the staircase with the body.
Because they didn't think they'd have any witnesses if that was how it was done, and we've been over this. According to my predictions, stick to the script game, that's not how it happened.
Entering the staircase after moving the body is much faster, and seems more rational too.
Then Ryoma's body wasn't hidden in the stairs?
Someone better say where the fucking body was hidden, or I'm gonna start cutting throats!
Maybe you should start with your own little Miss Bad attitude. Ooh, the clapback. Well, I'm standing by my theory that separated from the fish. And okay, that could be a couple of these.
Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was it?
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
Swing. Enemies.
There was a way to enter the tank from there. Then it would be plausible.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along, but we just couldn't see it.
Surprisingly close, according to my predictions anyway.
You need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And what of the tank containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and were separate,
yeah, that's where I thought you were going. Oh dear.
Then it wouldn't have been devoured, correct?
I'm sad. See, I hesitated because I thought that's where he was going with it. But I wanted to double check. But also, I hate how points can become agree or argue points. Like they start white and they change color. That's devious and beautiful. But I think I know what I need to do here.
Where were you hiding?
I want to get the achievement.
Wasn't really in the
I
stairs,
assume there's an achievement for white noise anyway. There wasn't the previous
After
two
all,
games.
there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along, but we just couldn't.
Impossible. You need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
So that's just evil,
And
that.
what of the tank containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and
Vagina agreement. With Korekio of all people. I agree with your vagina, sir.
Kyo's hypothesis is correct.
Everyone has a vagina. Some of us just have it on the inside.
Separated.
What?
This was accomplished.
Also, I was
Doesn't
right.
it work the other way around?
I'm glad I was right about this.
just as I thought. Using that glass pane as a divider.
See,
a safe space
mentally,
could be
like when I came up with this as an idea, I pictured it being like straight vertical, but you know what? That kind of makes sense.
It is in such a space that the body could be stored, separated from the piranhas.
That'd be a really specific size, though. Good thing I didn't think of that.
Means Ryoma's body was hidden in the piranha tank the whole time.
So Ryoma's body fell into the water tank with the piranhas?
And the square pane as well.
Gonta knew
The
it!
square space.
What is it, Gonta?
Gonta was above stage when piranhas fall.
I mean, that's the piranhas did get him as soon as they had the chance to. So I don't think he was bleeding beforehand. But then we didn't. Like he might have had. Like we don't know if he had any wounds before that. But I'm not going to rule it out. But like we weren't told. I don't know.
That's
Piranhas
why Gonta
confusing.
sees something no one else could.
Why do they eat? Stop eatling the stocks! Don't you realize what you be do?
When piranhas
Fine.
fell, Gonta
And I
sees
will
some
be
big
put
things
setting them
falling
in
into
my
the
butt!
tank.
You're hurting the economy. Death. That's not how 7-segment displays work. I said that last time, and it's true. But yes, goosh.
Now that Gonta think about it, Gonta maybe see Ryoma's body.
Oh, Gonta, you precious cinnamon kebab.
When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well.
A very fat piranha.
The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank?
Even in murky water.
Yes,
a
Lizzie?
dead body
Hey,
would
what?
still be visible in a glass tank.
Unless a certain something was used to obscure the body.
The other fish? Because they were so closely packed together? Because that would
We all
definitely,
agreed that the glass
like,
pane was used
they
to
were so
separate the
pressed up
body
together.
from the piranhas, correct?
Bit of a stretch, but there wasn't really anything else, though. So,
Well, that method has the added benefit of hiding the body from view.
it sounds like what they're building up to anyway. with magic. But yeah, with the piranha crab cakes.
This is it!
Also, like, I keep taking the piss, but I do like Himiko. Just talk slowly. That's my only objection to her.
Piranhas were obscuring the body.
Huh? The piranhas?
Piranhas.
That's right. Remember what Angie
Take
said
me down to
during
the Parallax
investigation?
City where one side moves slowly and the other moves quickly, and I don't remember how it works off the top of my head, otherwise I'd complete this parody. Yeah. Guns N' Roses.
I couldn't tell if you were going into the Macarena or Sand Hill there, but I appreciate
It's
it.
always Sand Hill with you.
Look, anytime you get a yeah, mama, like the first thing my mind goes to is Sand Hill. I can't help that.
Piranhas fuck like rabbits.
That's racist against rabbits.
It seemed that way, but
It's
it
a
wasn't
harmful
that the actual
stereotype.
number of piranhas increased. The glass pane divided the tank nearly in half, right? The piranhas got crowded together, making it look like there were more of them.
Ooh, density.
The more densely the piranhas are packed, the harder it is to see past them.
Because of that,
Like a misspelling of the 2015 Junior Eurovision winner. Density Chukonyere.
That glass pane was the lid from the piranha tank.
Oh.
It was really easy to detach that lid.
Question, where did they find piranhas in this school that they can't leave? I can't believe that's only just hitting me now, but...
I'm assuming it was just in Himiko's lab.
Gee, thanks for telling us that useless detail.
Shut up, Kokichi.
What the heck are you saying? That detail was super useful. Sure, the lid looks a little big, but if you set it diagonally, it would fit
Yes, make
perfectly.
that large mass fit into that box. Oh!
Nice job, Himiko! Your explanation was awesome!
This much evidence? It seems like the body was definitely in the piranha tank.
Congrats, Himiko! Now there should be no reason for anyone to suspect you.
Really?
Yeah, because if you didn't switch places with the body, then you couldn't have killed him.
It only means we now have other suspects. You are not cleared of suspicion just yet.
I love how detached Tsubugi looks from all this. She's just like, yeah, I'm in the middle of a trial. Can I call you back?
Okay, but still, that's way better!
That's wonderful news, Himiko! Atua is happy for you.
Oh, you mean that same Atua that was calling for her head like 10 minutes ago?
Apologize, Angie! You and your Atua better tell Himiko you're sorry right now!
Atua is sleeping. He went to bed angry because you all doubted him.
The fuck?
What a petty-ass god!
True.
No, it's okay. We shouldn't be mad at Angie.
They should be mad at the
We should
system.
be mad at this class trial. At this
Oh, that's
killing
basically her
thing.
argument. Well then.
Oh, Himiko! Bless your sweet, kind heart!
That's what Atua said anyway.
Oh.
What?
It's too bad that the handsome god went to bed angry, though.
I've just now noticed her legs. Like, not in a weird way, but just, whoa, her legs are very visible.
Excuse you, but noticing someone's legs is not weird.
Oh, well.
But I'm not giving up just yet. This is gonna be a breeze.
Breezy wheezy.
Great, now what are we
Noticing
gonna do?
someone's
We're back to
feet
square
is
one.
weird. But
And why are we back
I'm
to
sorry,
square
I
one?
hang around with too many people.
Because any of us could still be the
You know.
culprit. Jeez! You flunked
You
out
get
of
one
art
too many
school or
Discord
something?
messages asking you to use somebody as their toilet. And,
Not
you know, things go weird
everyone. We
fast.
can narrow it down to whoever doesn't have an alibi yet.
Eh? What alibi?
I'm getting laundry. I'll be right
I guess I
back.
should have known a dumb whore pig like you wouldn't understand. So let me explain.
Who you calling a dumb pig?
Yeah, Kokichi, you fuck.
If there's this much evidence, then there's no mistake the body was hidden in the piranha tank.
My computer's
But
being
for
loud
someone
and it's
to plant
bothering
the
me.
body in there with such limited time is pretty tricky.
Would have been before.
That's it!
Because you would need like that'll give you the most amount of
It was
time.
done yesterday, before nighttime.
Ding, ding, ding! The ultimate detective gets it right again!
Wait, how do you know it was before nighttime yesterday?
Well, isn't it because that was like the last time we saw Ryoma alive? It was like 8-ish? We have testimony to that effect anyway.
Ask questions. It could have been solved with the process of elimination.
The process of Illuminati. So I nearly misheard that.
Jeez. Fine. I'll explain it to the itty-bitty pea-brained bitchlet.
Bitchlet. Okay.
First, the gym was closed during nighttime, so no one could have entered.
Oh yeah, that's kind of the more obvious answer, isn't it? Doip.
If you try to enter the gym at night, it'll go off.
You talking about my butthole?
Jesus, Monotaro!
No, she means the alarm.
After nighttime passed, morning came. But hiding the body before the show was...
Impossible! Himiko and I were waiting in front of the gym before the morning announcement.
Which leaves only one possibility. It was done before nighttime yesterday. Anyone who doesn't get this is just as stupid as the whore bitchlet over there.
See, that's a much cleaner explanation than just, oh, well, we saw him at that time and then not after. Because, like, this covers the bases much more nicely.
So the culprit placed Ryoma's corpse in the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday? Which means he was also killed during that time frame.
Yay! Now we know what time the crime happened, right?
I still don't
Just
really
love seeing
get it,
Monotaro
though.
just bouncing in the
Can we
background.
narrow down the time of death a bit more?
Yeah, it'll be between... I want to double check, but I'm fairly sure that narrows it down to between 8 and 10 because... Yeah. So he was seen at around 8 p.m. So between 8 and 10 because nighttime starts at 10, I believe? Yeah. Wait, hang on. There it is. I thought it was going to wrap around it a different way. Silly menu.
If we can find out who last saw Ryoma alive, we can narrow down the time of death. Kirumi, you were asking everyone when they had last seen him, right?
Yes, Gonta was the last person who saw Ryoma.
What? Really?
And when was the last time Gonta saw Ryoma?
When Gonta was inviting everyone to insect meet and greet, so... Gonta think that was maybe 8 p.m.?
Oh, yeah, I would say that's fairly accurate. You charge per bitchy remark or bitchy action. There you go, you got a whore bitchlet.
If he was last seen at 8 p.m.
And she's just
was
stuck in
killed
that
before
pose now.
nighttime
Good.
officially began.
Then we can assume the crime took place between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night.
So all we must do is find someone with no alibi for that time period, yes? Simple enough. After all, most of us were detained by Gonta then.
If I recall correctly, the only people that weren't there besides Ryoma...
That would be the four of us. Myself, Kaito, you, and also Maki.
Yeah, but Kokichi disappeared for a while too.
Well, Kirumi, you would tell the truth, even if it screwed you over.
I do this for everyone.
Oh.
It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me.
Now, those rings on the back of her hands... This isn't going to be some profound statement. It's just, they look like you pull them and then she says something as the rings sort of slide back. You're like a talking doll, or just, there's a snake in my boot. That's what those rings do.
Beautiful! Your spirit of self-sacrifice is just too beautiful!
Put it away, Karakyo. According to my initial predictions, you've still got a whole chapter yet before you go full peculiar.
I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time.
But were you doing curtain things?
But I was only there for about 5 minutes.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym. I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
See, now it bothers me that they're jumping to this conclusion so, relatively soon in the trial.
It's too soon to tell. We should hear what everyone has to say, right?
Then again, when was the last time, if ever, in a Danganronpa franchise where they got the answer correct that quickly. So we haven't really proven anything yet. But I'm just... If my prediction holds... But now I'm worried.
Fuck that noise!
But Mew, you don't have an alibi for when the crime occurred either, do you?
You think I'm suspicious? I don't even know where the gym is!
Mew, that's just awful.
Doesn't telling such obvious lies make you more suspicious, Mew?
The other two without alibis are Kaito and Maki. Let us hear your testimonies.
Why, are you recording it specifically, Heartbeat, just to use as like a ringtone or something?
I didn't go to the gym.
But that cannot be proven, can it?
She
What
pouted.
about Kaito? Only murderers grow out creepy facial hair like mustaches and goatees.
What? My goatee's not creepy. It gives me a glamorous celebrity vibe.
It also makes him look like Peanut Butter Gamer. But purple.
Anyway, among those four, the culprit must be the one who doesn't have an alibi.
I apologize, but given the circumstances,
exhale of
we have no
laughter.
choice but to suspect you.
Suspect who? Who's the culprit?
Wait up! Why are you guys suspicious of me? I've been helping the whole time!
Oh, we're gonna have a
Wait,
poopy butt time.
remember now. I do have an alibi.
Oh,
You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses.
we're gonna have a
I'm not
mass
I am the
debate.
culprit.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yes. How did you know, Magic Green Text?
What did I miss?
Well, they've started accusing Kirumi, which makes me worry because they're never this right this quickly, so suddenly I'm worried about my own prediction.
I don't know. I vaguely recall Celeste giving them a hell of a time, so...
And also, we have... I didn't realize this wasn't a thing in the first trial, but it is in the demo, so I knew about it. But I have an ability that negates that, so... Also, I'm not seeing the connection, so it might not be telling us the answer in the demo this time. Well, then again... Yeah. Wait. It's demonstrating how the loud voice thing works, so of course it wouldn't be showing us the answer. But I already have an ability that negates the whole thing, so shush. Sheesh. Anyway, since we're discussing who was where and when, I feel like it's pertinent that... Yeah, since Kokichi is there, before anyone even says a word, Kokichi left for a while? Yeah, so at 9 o'clock. Yeah, so he was like suspicious for a whole 2 hours, one of which is like worrying. So I'm gonna worry about Kokichi here.
I was running away from Gonta!
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Goni
tried
Goni,
hiding in the
others
girls'
were-
bathroom.
Oh.
Things got a little heated at
Until
Ketchup.
they left with
Filthy male
Gonta.
pervert!
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez.
Oh, right. Hold on a minute. I was trying to see if like, oh, there's clearly no one else, but of course, because fucking Kokichi literally ran into. I get it.
I have an alibi.
Running away from Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Goni
tried
Goni,
I
hiding in the
hate
girls'
this.
bathroom.
things got a little heated at
Until
Ketchup.
they left with
Like, it's
What's Monkey's
it's excellent
alibi?
design, and I hate it in the best
I got
possible way.
tired and fell asleep.
It
Did
really
you
does
really
feel like
leave the
it's
gym
not
at 9 p.m.?
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay?
No, in my...
Vagina. Also, Heather, did you say something? Because there were like 3 voices at once, and if you were a 4th one, then I couldn't possibly have heard it.
That's all I said, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, I think Hirumi is telling the truth.
Yeah, but
Kokichi's story
Kokichi,
proves
though. How can we trust a word that falls out of his face?
I don't know. If he said he was cute, I'd probably believe him.
Meow. Oh, and then they played tag. Cute.
Kokichi met Hirumi at 9 p.m., and they were together until nighttime.
Gonta went to the gym to catch Himiko and Angie 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. After I left Gonta's lab, I ran into Kirumi. I'm pretty sure Kirumi stayed at the gym 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
This information could have been told to us beforehand.
Weird use of the passive there.
Sorry, forgot. I definitely didn't keep it a secret to make the trial more interesting.
Kokichi, you fuck.
Forgot? It seems far more plausible that you were telling another lie.
Unlike robots, we meatbags can't pull out our memories from our hard drive.
Was that supposed to offend me? Your irrationality fills me with pity.
I love that sassy pose.
If I am the culprit, that would mean I killed Ryoma within 5 minutes, transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank.
Which
This
surely
seems
just
kind of
confirms my theory that he wasn't killed in the gym. Which means that he also wasn't killed at 9.
If you called Ryoma out to the gym and killed him there, you wouldn't need to move
But
him.
you'd have to have drowned him in that time, and there wouldn't be the means of doing that, surely.
All you would have to do is hide him in the piranha tank.
Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym?
That'd be pretty difficult. We should probably look at other possibilities.
Maybe someone snuck into the gym while Kirumi and I were busy talking.
Oh, Heather, you did miss one thing.
Oh?
Monofuni made some backhanded reference to the alarm that goes off when you break rules, and Monotaro made some sort of joke about his anus.
The only ones capable of that are the other three
I'm so
with
sad
no
I missed that.
alibis.
I'm sad you missed it.
Mew, Kaito, and Maki!
I'm not sure how I even would have
Me
responded to
too.
that, but I'm sad I missed
But
that.
there's actually one person we can rule out of the suspects list.
Right? There's one person who's totally not suspicious. Say who it is already.
Mew? Because he said he saw someone running around, leaving scars, except lingerie. Mew?
That's it! Kokichi, you're talking about Mew, right?
Mew?
What? You?
Yeah, you can take her off the list. She actually has an alibi.
Panty panty.
Suck it, nerds!
Popcorn is delicious. Just
I know.
throwing it out there.
Wait a sec.
A weirdly
When does she
friendly
have an
response, but
alibi?
yes.
If you compare everyone's statements, there's no other possibility.
Panty panty.
A girl walking around half naked.
Oh my, Tristan.
Who else could it be but the horny exhibitionist Mew?
Oh, damn it. Another thing that official canon has beaten me to, having someone masquerading as the ultimate exhibitionist.
We can't just jump to conclusions like that. He just saw a shadow, right? That could have been anyone walking around in women's underwear. Even me.
Really, Kaito?
That'd be a whole different issue.
You're imagining it though, aren't you,
It's
Tsurugi?
Mew, without a doubt. Mew and Gonta's statements prove it.
Gunta Daddy. Oh, that's the womanly weapon he was talking about. Oh. Does that mean it was actual foof and boob shop then?
I see. It sounds like Gonta got an eyeful,
My god, Gunta.
Why the heck were you in your underwear, Mew? Oh, well, because, I'm pretty stacked, so I figured I'd take my clothes off so Gonta
clothes
wouldn't
are
be
here.
too flustered
Yay.
to touch me.
Just toss them down.
You're a bit quiet,
My
Heather.
story, and I'm sticking to it,
Am
you
I really?
cockroaches.
Yes. Oh dear. Oh no.
Both of Gonta's heads, because he got super embarrassed.
Heather, you will love this. Where are my honey pot potatoes when I need them?
Underwear and
Gunta Daddy got some sort of boner.
Oh my.
Gonta ran away.
Well, when you got the body of a goddess, it's only natural to want to.
And yet she kept her goggles on. What am I expecting? Would she put them on her nipples instead?
I show my panties to the boys all the time.
Damn, why didn't she do that?
And I mean all the time.
No.
Well, I love this. I love Mew. She's
You're
great.
welcome, Gonta. Think of me during your next tug session.
Oh, she went there. But yes, Lozzie, actually, that's exactly what I was referring to. There's an entire scene that he came up with unprompted that involves him doing things on the Monokuma monitor system. Broadcast to the entire school. What is his damage?
Most of that was unintelligible nonsense, but it would seem that Mew has an actual alibi.
Sassy Kibo is best Kibo.
Yep, it took a while, but at least we got everyone's alibis cleared up. We should remember all of this in case we need to recall these events again.
You know, in case we... Oh. We have a new bullet. I thought it was just making some slidey reference to when you need to to bust out your pens and make a comic of the case.
That leaves Kaito and Maki as the only ones with no alibis.
But come to think of it, I should probably at least read. Okay. 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 Makes sense.
Then one of them must be the culprit. But which one, I wonder? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the culprit by its...
Dick!
Hold up! Don't decide just yet!
Oh, Shuichi and his bromance.
Maybe we should determine the sequence of events. The culprit
No, we should do something more fun. And I have the perfect idea.
Kokichi Grandma. You're gonna bust out Cluedo.
We narrowed it down to 2
Cribbage.
and one of those 2 is the culprit, right? Since we don't have to randomly accuse each other,
Beautiful,
finding the
Laura, I
truth
love it.
just got much easier. So let's find the truth with a more effective method.
Butt plugs.
And what is this effective method?
Butt plugs.
If one of them is the culprit, then the innocent one should know who the guilty one is. Yeah? Because if you know you're not the culprit, then you can just accuse the other person.
Yes, that is true.
But then the guilty one could just lie.
Which means there is one person among us who definitely knows who the culprit is.
Wouldn't that just be the culprit, though?
To that someone who knows, do your best to convince us. Work harder.
Whoa, peer pressure.
Work harder?
Harder, better, faster, stronger, regular, softer porridge.
Have the 2 argue for their innocence. That's how we'll decide our culprit.
Even if we did that, wouldn't they just pass the blame back and forth?
And...
Huh?
You guys talk about cooperation and teamwork, but you're all afraid.
Kokichi, you fuckhead.
You're too scared to point your fingers at others, so you hide behind the word trust.
I could play chess on your neckerchief, sir.
How do you expect to find the
It's not
culprit
even an
when
insult.
you're all worried about each other's feelings?
What, do you suspect that Yuki would behave like Kokichi in a class trial?
If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically.
And apply butt plugs. They're the answer to
They
everything.
reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit.
Also, Yukichi. It's
Oh,
gotta be a thing now.
that makes it sound like a ship.
Ooh.
True facts. Raw sauce. No ketchup. Just sauce. Boom.
If we want to find the liar, I suggest that the 2
A bow,
suspects
a
argue
boomerang.
against each other.
Super Mario 64 has the boomerang, boomerang, 4 firebombs, and a ham.
No more pointless deductions. All we need is for them to fight for their lives. So let's host an argument that's totally not boring but super fun!
It also has arrows that look suspiciously like my rod.
We'll catch the culprit in their lies when we find a contradiction.
This is a cloak where Link teaches Link the song, and the man teaches the man the sauce.
We'll scare the culprit until they screw up! That's how a true class trial works.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong. Why is there a giant letterbox behind him?
Right, Monokuma?
A
Development like that would liven things up a bit.
Girls hit your Monokuma.
I
Woo.
don't agree.
You're agreeing with Monokuma? Just whose side are you on?
I'm on your side. I don't want to die either, you know.
It's almost like he's doing a brilliant job of pretending to do a shit job of being the... Wait, what I'm trying to say. Like, he's pretending to be the mastermind, but he's pretending to do a bad job of pretending to make us think so that we have someone to hate. That's a really out there thought. But I don't...
Why we need to take
Like,
this
he's too
seriously.
obvious of an accusation to make in that department.
Knock out the lie.
I'm making a note of it anyway.
But I'm still standing by Tsumugi Best Girl is the real one responsible, and I don't even remember my reasoning for that. She went pee during the first case, therefore she's the mastermind.
And how do you expect us to start this?
If you guys need some help getting started, I can give out the first topic.
Oh.
Our first topic is this. Ta-da!
Random headcanon, Kokichi's penis is slightly below average size. But only slightly.
Yes.
You know?
Not just any cup
From
stat,
whence did
but
that
the
come?
one given to
I
our
don't
latest
know.
victim, Ryoma.
It's not like I normally have penis headcanons.
When we started
Yes.
investigating, I went straight to his room to borrow it.
Objection? Why would it be in his room?
wasn't the culprit who took the video from his room. It was you.
And the reason why I brought it out just for this occasion is because one of these two had Ryoma's motive video. Dun dun dun!
One of these two had it?
And...
And for us to figure that out, we need to know who this motive video belongs to.
Well, because we had Kaito's, does that rule him out in any way, shape, or
Take a
form?
guess, everyone. Whose motive video did Ryoma have?
Oh, right, if it's the one that Ryoma had, then yeah, he must have had... Like, of the two we're accusing, it must have been Maki because we had Kaito's. Oh, dear. That... Oh.
That's it.
Because that would mean that Ryoma would have insight into Maki's background, which would determine once and for all the contents of her lab and prove whether or not she actually is the ultimate child fuff, because she's been really shady about letting us see inside her room. And so the possibilities are either she's lying about her talent, or that's where the Monokuma babies are from, and she's been raising them the whole time, and that seems a little bit too out there, so I'm just gonna go with she's been lying.
Oh, how did you ever
I
guess?
like how Miu's still horny, by the way.
Turn yourself up, Heather, but yes.
Ooh, I know. It's because the motive video that you have belongs to Kaito. Process of elimination wins again.
I don't want to get too caught with the
Obvious answer
piano,
was
but,
Maki,
you know.
Right?
I don't mind the piano.
Is that
Penis
I
head.
do.
Shuichi?
Yes.
Pen Island?
Supreme pens?
And what about that? Just because
That could
Ryoma
work
had
too.
my motive video, that doesn't make
Like,
me
there's like a stationery shop on the way into the next town over called Supreme Pens, and I misread it every time we drive past it.
Finally, you said something. This is how a debate should be. I only brought up the motive video to make you talk.
Wow, we've been duffel bagged.
Excuse me?
Okay, now that we got the party rolling, let's get you and Kaito ready to argue. Remember, if you're not the culprit, then that means the other one is. Got that?
Not necessarily.
Let's start this extreme death debate. Tear up the other's lies, rip each other apart.
Shut your fuff hole.
Wait just a minute.
Child fuff, oh dear.
Quit screwing around! We don't need to debate who's a culprit!
Oh, Kaito.
I'm not the culprit! That's for sure.
Which means...
Kaito, wait. Maybe Kokichi is wrong. Maybe he...
But Maki isn't a culprit either!
Oh. Bro. With your bomb-ass coat. Kokichi, disappointed!
Huh? Really? You're saying neither of you are the culprit?
Yeah.
Then what would be the point of this whole debate?
Who cares about that? All I know is that neither me or Maki are the culprit.
Are you cheating on Shuichi with Maki? Because if so, disappointed.
It's just a hunch I've got.
hunch?
We were the gay option the whole time, and he's been doing the straight story. Kaito, you foof.
Are you being serious? You do know all our lives are on the line here, right? And you're betting our lives on just a hunch?
Supreme pens.
You don't get it. This isn't just any hunch.
I'd like to see Gunto's Supreme Pens.
Oh,
This is
plural.
an official hunch from the Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars.
Oh, put your hunch away, Kaito. Save it for later.
What?
How illogical. This is even more difficult to comprehend than Kokichi's antics.
You're totally not serious. You can't be that stupid, right?
No, he might actually be that stupid.
Wow.
Damn idiot!
A two-a-damned idiot!
Hey, don't call me an idiot. Anyway, me and Maki aren't the culprit.
Maki and I.
There's no doubt about it. I believe in Maki.
Because she's made of sushi.
What?
You can push her down a hill, see Maki roll.
You believe in her? But based on what?
Huh? I don't gotta base it on anything. No matter where the
No.
clues point.
If a guy is lost in the woods, if he gets an erection, he can just follow that because the blood in his penis will make it point north like a compass.
What?
In the end, the only thing that matters is
See,
what
I thought you were
believe,
going to say
right?
something about pubic hair and moss always grows on the north side of trees, but
Whether I believe or not. Whether I want to believe or not. That's the only thing that matters.
So, you do not have any evidence.
Shot down.
Only baseless conjecture.
Double shot down.
But I totally get where he's coming from. Because I want to believe in Himiko too.
Everyone wants to believe in each other.
Wanting
So
to
cute.
believe in someone is a beautiful act, yes.
Now, Supreme Pens aren't local enough for us, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would just be
However, it
like
is
30
a
seconds of
sentiment that has no place in
Supreme
the class
Pens.
trial.
What was that noise?
Idiot after all.
Marge Simpson taking a really stiff shit?
I am so glad that I'm not the only one who thought of that.
People.
Oops.
Guys, I said don't call me an idiot. It really hurts my feelings.
Oh, he's turning into Sonic Boom Amy. Sandwich feelings. Feeling sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Absurdity. Kaito's so precious. Too precious to survive the game.
I'll believe in Maki as well.
Okay, we're just rolling with this apparently.
What?
Yeah, Bucky, we're wrong-footing you by having faith in your ass. Just
That's
get it
our
right
kinda
up in
right.
there.
Making us think with our
An
hearts.
ass full of faith.
You too? How could the ultimate detective believe in someone without proof?
But there's no proof linking Maki or Kaito to this crime either. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. For now, they are innocent.
Right on, Shuichi. I knew I
Hold quiet for a
picked
second,
good
Edith. I went
sidekick.
to dust my computer and it's not made it any quieter. We're having a warm
By the
day.
way, I might be the ultimate detective, but I'm in training. I told you that, didn't I? I'm just an apprentice.
Oh
not
yeah,
a
because
real
Kaito
detective.
looks like him from The Colors with a K and no U for some reason.
How do you plan to get closer to the truth without suspecting either of them?
By suspecting someone else, Adoy.
Unless you have evidence to the contrary, these two will remain suspects.
So I just have to turn it around, right?
Oh dear, Ace Attorney.
Huh?
It's not like I owe that idiot a favor or anything just because he defended me. But that hopeless idiot may have encouraged me a bit.
Oh, she's like Dark Kyoko.
Seriously, enough's enough. Stop calling me an idiot.
What are you trying to say, Maki? I didn't want to say anything, but I can't stay silent forever. So I'll tell you.
She runs that one Twitter account that Heather keeps tweeting from involving Maki being not hard.
Oh, tell us what?
I really like Maki, I'm sorry.
I met up with Ryoma during nighttime yesterday.
Humst.
It's a daily thing. I have to always upload my save Maki. You can't hold that against me.
if I did hold it against you, you'd enjoy it.
So
Rub,
Ryoma
rub.
was still alive at night
Back foot open, rub, rub, 7 days.
Tess, don't give me
Crime took
ideas.
place
We're still in
between 8
public.
and 10 o'clock at night.
But that's wrong, because I met up with Ryoma during nighttime.
If that's true, then we have no basis for suspecting only Kaito and Maki.
That's right. Everyone suspected them, because they have alibis for those times.
That means me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
Quit fucking around! You think I'm dumb enough to swallow that line of crap?
You believe in swallowing crap, Mew? You're nasty.
Yes, this seems too convenient.
But why did Maki wait until now to mention that?
It's totally obvious! Maki's so desperate that she has to lie.
But if Ryoma had Maki's motive video, then they'd at least have reason to meet up. Potentially. Oh. Oh? Are we having an intermission? We're having an intermission. Why? What is the point of these? Yeah, sure, I'll save my ass. Make a backup copy for later. Have a digital backup of the hard copy of my ass in accordance with UK copyright law. Spare booty.
Now then. The hell you saying? Uh-oh. Yeah. Now then. The hell you saying?
I hate that that tree in the background has apples and oranges on it. Or maybe lemons. Or is that one a grapefruit?
I've never heard of grapefruits smaller than apples, but...
Or maybe it's just further away.
Tess.
No.
Nothing. Nothing.
Another shocking truth reveal.
No.
To square one.
I like that Monodam is talking more now.
Square one?
Maybe
In
he's finally
square
learning how to
one,
speak.
they wouldn't have got eaten by the competition.
After that terrible movie, they had no other choice.
Oh,
Wow! What does that mean?
are they even talking about Square Enix at this point?
It means he doesn't want to get involved in another pointless argument, like this one.
Yeah, any slot.
We
Oh,
shouldn't listen
Kokichi.
to anything Maki says. She's just gonna throw out more lies.
What, like you won't?
But if we don't ask her for more details, how will we know for sure?
I told you already, we don't need to. I hate liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Just had the idea of just Kokichi spontaneously combusting, but the only sound effect is just when you get the fire shield from Sonic 3. But more like whoomp. There's some bass to it.
Maki, just ignore that lying little degenerate. We'll listen to what you have to say.
It must have been a little after midnight last night. He visited me at my research lab. He wanted me to show him the motive video that I received.
Motive video?
If Ryoma came to ask about that, does that mean you had his motive video?
As I recall, Ryoma had
Actually, that's a point.
Maki's motive video.
If they're all canonically speaking Japanese, what's Monosuke's accent supposed to be then? Is he like Kansai? Or like Hokkaido? Or just downtown Shibuya?
Does this mean you and Ryoma
Down,
received
I love
Maki's
the
motive
name
video?
of Shibuya, by the way.
Maybe. I actually
Why?
didn't check the one I got, so I wouldn't know.
Because it's such like a kick-ass name for anything, you know? Shibuya!
Oh!
Maki admitted earlier that she hadn't checked her Cubs pad.
Then why did
She didn't
Ryoma
check her
think
pad,
so
oh
much
dear.
about his motive video?
What?
If he went around asking at random, he might have asked some people besides Maki.
He never asked me. He probably never asked you guys either, right?
Then, who was it that told Ryoma about his Cubs pad?
Probably Kokichi because he saw a whole bunch of them after stealing them. I mean, that seems to Oh, I love the way this is stylized. I mean, I like it anyway, but I think I mentioned it already, but like... Where's little fucker? There he is. Kokichi, Grandma!
It's you!
Well, that's a fair point also.
That would be Kokichi.
I forgot he said gotta catch 'em all.
So, you saw the motive videos. Did you tell Ryoma that Maki had his?
When males get this quiet, they're either caught in a lie or thinking dirty thoughts.
You know that moment when you slap the core of your endocrine system? Spancreas.
What happened then, Maki? After Ryoma asked you for his motive video?
I told Ryoma just to take it in my room. I keep my room unlocked.
That was actually really good.
Maki,
And I'm
that's
sad
super
because of
careless.
that.
Aren't you scared someone might kill you in your sleep?
And then what happened?
Not if I kill them first.
I don't know what happened after that. I'm not even sure if he saw his motive video. When he asked me, he said that he would show me my motive video in return.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Ryoma would really want to see his motive video because the whole running theme, or at the very least, the theme with Kaito's at least. I don't remember whether they confirmed if it was consistent with everyone, but certainly in Kaito's it was... Okay, Lozzie. It was like people who care about him. So Ryoma was getting all depressed and he wanted to see who cared about him. So I guess he'd at least have motive to try and find his video.
But I wasn't interested, so I declined. And that's pretty much it.
So you don't even know if Ryoma saw his motive video? What a bunch of crap.
If Maki met with Ryoma at nighttime, that proves he was still alive then. Which means, even though we don't have alibis from 8 to 10, Maki and me aren't suspects.
Maki and I.
If that story is true.
It's true.
Then why did you wait until now to bring that up?
I didn't say anything until now because I wasn't in the mood to be suspected.
Savage. I didn't feel like being suspected.
Suspected? What for?
Hirumi said it earlier. It seems that Ryoma and I had each other's motive videos.
See, that to me says because you haven't seen the one that you had, then you didn't have it, and we just want to conveniently think that you did, because we can't prove
It's
otherwise.
pretty fishy, right? So I didn't want to mention it to avoid suspicion.
You didn't say anything because you weren't in the mood?
It is quite selfish to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood.
Well, whatever. Either way, let's just believe Maki.
He totally has some sort of man boner for
Those
her.
who believe shall be saved.
No, we need to wait. There is still more to confirm.
Well then, why don't we ask Kokichi?
Because asking Kokichi anything is a terrible idea.
Huh? What now? You never answered my question. Were you the one who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video?
Is that really important?
Yes, it is important. Because if Kokichi told Ryoma, it becomes more likely that Ryoma visited Maki during nighttime.
I see. Kokichi's response may
Yeah,
help
but telling him what
corroborate
effect the
Maki's
testimony will have will just inspire him to distruth him. Which is
Now
totally
you
a word.
understand why I
Perfectly
don't want your
cromulent word.
charade. I want the truth.
Well, Kokichi, did you tell Ryoma?
You said it earlier. I don't want to die, right? If you really don't want to die, then you better tell us the truth.
Here comes the dramatic turnabout. Now I'm the one pressured by Maki.
They said turnabout in a courtroom.
Hey, it's true. I told Ryoma.
That good?
Just as I thought.
That's not a bad thing, right? He wanted to know, so I told him.
Have you seen everyone's motive video?
No, not yet. I was gonna wait until we hosted like a movie screening party. I just checked who had whose so I could give them back to everyone after.
Well, they did start with title cards, so he's an anus, but this is at least plausible.
Anyway, if Kokichi told Ryoma that, then he must have gone to see Maki. That means Maki's telling the truth. Ryoma was alive during nighttime.
No, we cannot be too sure about that yet. Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday. So you still suspect me?
Is she
I am
still
saying
sus
it could still be a
sus
possibility.
af? Sousaphone?
If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely. Because everyone's lives are at stake.
I love how Kirumi's other eye just sort of appears sometimes.
Then which is it? A lie or not lie?
She's not lying. Can't you tell just by looking at her?
If it was that easy, we'd be done by now. No. This is a world of lies and betrayal.
And magic.
Himiko! It breaks my heart to hear you say depressing things!
I find Maki's testimony suspicious. It's far too convenient for her.
Is it now?
This is difficult to determine.
Just Kibo's portrait like, I really like my left hand.
Maki is lying. Like I said before, a liar like me knows their own kind.
But what if that statement is a lie?
I did meet up with Ryoma during nighttime.
I misheard that as nap
Telling
time.
the truth.
I met up with him during nap time. Oh.
I mean...
Just don't host a Danganronpa in a preschool, it won't end well.
Ooh.
It's not even murder, it's just who can smear shit on another person and not get caught.
Tess.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Am I going to have to... Yeah,
Yes?
that's the lie music. We need to tell a little fibble. I love sound cues. Anyway, we'll talk about Maki, so I'm guessing
Met with Ryoma the
Maki.
previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove...
What if we could prove it by telling untruths? Was that a vagina lie? I lied my way into a vagina? Again?
I might not be able to prove they
I'm
met,
awful.
but I can prove Maki wasn't alone.
But we can't though, because we're lying. So where are you going with this, Shuichi?
Please explain.
Trust and betrayal, truth and consequences, a real town in either Mexico or New Mexico, I forget which one. Skrillaxico.
Kaito and I train together every night.
Oh.
And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh? Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything.
Jabbing him in the ribs like, Kaito, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to save your girlfriend here!
Anyway,
I just...
we were doing some frog squats on the school
I like the idea of
stairs.
just like parting some legs and then just like there's the vagina
What?
and then just lying at the vagina like tomatoes are a type of whale and the vagina just goes like just vagina gasps.
When we heard
Tess,
two
that's the
people
kind of thing
talking.
I do.
Well, I'm just gonna bring back the concept of doot sex where you just get a trumpet, put it right up against there and go.
People talking?
I knew one of them was Maki.
You'll never catch me
The
alive!
other one.
Oh, Tristan bringing the savage truths.
But now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
She knows.
If you heard their voices, then that means...
Maki's just looking over like, what the fuck are you two on about? I know you're doing something. She's the Hermione. Kaito's Kaito shirt was just as bad as Kaito himself. The Dursleys were not about to come to the school in Shuichi Saihara and the portrait of what looked like a pile of ash.
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant. I had no reason to bring it up.
You're a terrible liar, Shuichi.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner.
I just love the chat out of context as well. Just block capitals, you lied to the vagina. And then some testimony supposedly backing that up.
But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma. None
But
of us were
Ryoma,
talking
or
about
Ryoma's
last
butt.
night, correct?
Toot!
So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
Yeah. You defend your lady friend, Kaito.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time? If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked.
This makes me think that if Kaito really is the culprit of Chapter 5, then Maki's gonna be like the prime suspect of Chapter 5.
We are still part of a killing
Just for
game,
maximum
after all.
tragedy.
Whoa, chill out. Why the scary face? That was my bad, but it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know? I wouldn't do something so uncool.
Anyway, I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
But you are, Shuichi.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
Gonta, Daddy!
You're gonna believe him? Just like that? But Shuichi has no reason to
These
lie.
trials do still feel like I feel more feelings compared to what I did in the previous 2 games, even though, like, I feel like it took until chapter 4 or 5 for the previous, like, for the second game cast to get as, like, tight-knit and interwoven as they are here.
If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep. Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want Korekio to be a culprit, because what the fuck would his execution even be?
That's right. You can believe me.
What the fuck is he?
Yeah, you're right.
Anthropologist.
I'll believe him too.
I mean,
Believe
Boil
shall
him
set you
alive in a
free.
literal cultural melting pot. That's the best I can come up with.
I'd be so
Yeah.
surprised if Shuichi was a liar. Especially after we believed him for so long.
Oh, that's actually a good point as well, Tristan. Because we've got these the tablet video massages.
We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore.
And then also Kibo with his voice
It's not
recording
like he's
function.
lying anyway.
All right, that proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime. In other words, me and Maki aren't suspects
Maki
anymore.
and I! Make me add an R in there now, it's Maki,
I
not
guess that
Maki.
means everyone's alibis
And
no
the same
longer
with Dear
matter.
Choco Conroy, her name is Pango, not Pongo.
So, everyone is culprit again?
So,
look at me
right
doing.
back where we started.
Oh!
What a pain.
Why are you having
However,
sex with
it
a
should be
rhinoceros back
clear
there,
now that
Heather?
The crime occurred after nighttime
you
began.
see, I just stabbed my lip, and it
But
is
then when was
currently
Ryoma's
pain.
body placed inside
So
the
that's
piranha
why.
tank?
No.
Light.
Well,
Ah,
the gym is
Ireland.
locked
You are a
at
country that
nighttime,
countries.
so it must have been the next morning. But
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
So did we fuck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha tank?
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
And when did the culprit
I hope they
throw
release
the
a patch
body
for this
into
game
the
that
piranha
balances
tank?
the voice like audio levels a bit better. Well, it has to have been
Only
during the
time
night.
they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, dick cheese?
Whoa.
Dick cheese?
Whoa.
But
Fix the
that's
San
still a
Andreas fault with dick
possibility,
cheese.
Because by morning we were already at the
What?
gym.
Potatoes. I'm down for that.
it may be
so
possible
am
they
I.
slipped by without you noticing.
No one can slip by me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
Potatoes.
What a terrible title for a guard.
Are you positive that you did not see it?
I suppose Tsubuki's
You
just
can only do
commentating
the
in the
gym
same way that
at
I am, just occasionally just ducking in with random thoughts.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
Balls.
I don't even play baseball.
Why not? You have red hair.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Calm down, everyone. Gonta sure if we discuss disagreement.
I see through your arguments.
Oh.
Disagreement?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Disagreement?
We're gonna have some
You mean you're
tunes.
split down the middle again? Then the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds.
Yeah, I was thinking along those lines. That bit.
Yippee! We've been waiting for
Rich Tato.
Jeez. We gotta do that whole crazy thing
Now,
again.
I'm going to do a bit of an experiment here by not... Like, if this has the opening cutscene again, I'm not going to cover it up. Because I want to see if, like, my new stream layout with, like, the chat on one side and the green lines, if that's enough to throw off the visual detection copy wrong system on YouTube, because I haven't had any of these streams copy wronged yet. So, experimentation time, if indeed we do watch us flying up into the spacosphere again. Here comes the tune. quality content at its finest. And so we rise. Oh, 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 my toenails. I don't remember the whole of that song, but yeah, toenails. I can't go higher than that. I can't sing along. I'm sad. And... okay, that's nice and easy.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others, before the announcement.
Announcement.
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit? Himiko!
You were right in front of the door. There's no way.
I love this as a thing. There's a thing that's a thing.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Rules.
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
Ooh, corpse.
The piranha tank is too...
Tag.
You might
Shut
be
up,
able to
Kokichi.
reach the tank from the window above the stage. But pool next to Jib.
Shut up, going to daddy.
Night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself.
But should we try?
Shut up. Just, she doesn't even get a word in. Just take my last bullet point. How does this bit work again? Oh, right. Wait. I pressed entirely the wrong key. I'm not looking at the keyboard. Do I have to do that again? Oh, wait, no. There we go. I don't have memorized where the various buttons are on the keyboard. So I was pressing every key except for D. I'm sad now. I'm going to receive a penalty in my score. And it's funny how we have that extended sequence to like rise up into the scrum room, but then suddenly bang, we're back down again.
I am positive that the window was how the culprit moved the body.
Oh, are we heading towards the prediction I started with?
The piranha tank,
What, the zip line?
Well, we're mentioning the window at the moment, so...
Curtains might have been closed, but the window was open the whole investigation.
That means it was certainly possible to put the body in the
I mean,
piranha tank
Rice
in
Like
the
a Fire
window.
Chicken is up there. But I mean, 1944 though. I mean, it's sad, but it's 1944.
However,
Oh.
I'm also positive the pane dividing the piranha tank was set up beforehand.
Guess that's why they call it window
certainly
pane.
Couldn't be tossed in. It would need to be placed carefully.
Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window,
Just yeet it. Well, it's not about being taken down, it's just about it, like, oh, we're gonna claim all the money for ourselves on this video, or whatever. Like, I don't even care about monetization, my pride doesn't like getting, like, a slap on the wrist email saying, oh, no, you can't show this, even though I'm perfectly within my rights to, because copyright law, that YouTube does not
all
understand.
British people have that voice. That's incredible.
What?
The, oh no, you can't do that, and that voice.
That's just,
I really like
anyone who disagrees with me is just like, no.
Ryoma was smart.
literally the same thing Jim
Going
Sterling
to
does,
tap
and I
the lead.
admire you for being able to tap into that.
Oh, I was not aware.
He does it whenever he's mocking the AAA game industry, so, you know.
My mother does it too. Maybe it is a British thing.
Yes, but Gonta wouldn't do that. Gentlemen not chuck dead bodies.
Being a gentleman has nothing to do with it.
Wait. Is that the Aussie I think it is?
I know.
Because if so, good
They
evening.
used the ladder in
And
the
if not,
gym.
also good evening, but still. Heartbeat, are you trying to tilt me?
You tested it out while you were investigating, Shuichi. That ladder reached
Oh,
the
oh,
window,
oh, dance
right?
under the ladder.
So the culprit just needed to put the body through the window to pull it off, right?
Oh, pull it off.
See, it's funny because it's really easy to tilt me. All you have to do is remind me that, What's the Pressure got in 10th place. Like,
That's it.
You
Angry
can't dance
cow.
under the ladder, it's too short.
window Was because it was on the stage. If you use the ladder on the pool side, it would not quite make it.
Currently in the chat, we have Aussie, who nobody heard on the gaming show on Epcot FM today, a colleague of mine. People tune into my shit, please. I'm so nice. Also Twitch
There's
Prime,
nothing on
apparently.
the pool side of the gym as tall as the stage.
There is something that
Finally,
ties the window,
ladder
though.
was
It's
found in the gym.
another window!
If the culprit used the ladder on the pool side, we wouldn't have found it in the gym.
And they couldn't have thrown the ladder back through the window because it's too heavy.
I forget what we're trying to argue, though.
Then Gonta used his tard strength to throw the ladder.
Mew, you
or
are
the
so
body or
politically
something.
incorrect.
Gentlemen not throw dead bodies. Or ladders.
Bottom line, gentlemen do not yeet.
The body could not have been thrown into the piranha tank to begin with.
Oh,
It would
controversial.
need to be placed carefully to prevent the glass pane from shifting.
Oh, and Sage.
Got it, Musclehead? Even if we injected tons of steroids into you, it'd be impossible.
Ozzy and Lozzie, I never even realized.
Sorry,
Oh.
you're right.
And of course, he's following me now. Thank you, Ozzy, my
You
child.
didn't need to apologize.
Yes, I gave
Gonta.
birth to you live on air. That's a thing that happened, apparently, except it didn't. It's
How
like
the
Shoo
culprit
giving
moved
birth.
the
Other
body from
references.
the window.
Kind of hot.
You guys don't even know
What,
that?
giving birth?
What a bunch of
Not gonna
dimwits.
lie. No, you give it. Never mind.
No.
Do you have the answer then?
But of course. Tell him, Shuichi. Blow him all away with the truth.
Blow them!
I actually don't know that yet.
And there goes the music.
What? The culprit definitely moved the body through the window, but I don't know how.
Clearly, with a ropeway of some fashion.
Seriously?
I kind of want to just make that a
Right.
thing.
You
Like,
just made
are
a
you
fool
ready
out
to
of
get
yourself
blown
after
away
acting
by
all
the
high
truth
and
bomb I'm about to drop? Like, what? It just feels kind of like.
But just, why go
Probably
that far?
grounded in it
Just, are you ready to get blown?
Dudes just need to shut up and take
I mean,
their
I ask
licks.
that in different situations, but.
What are we gonna do, Shuichi? We gotta figure
Look,
this out or
Tess,
we're done
if
for.
never mind.
Oh, by the way, Ozzy, in case you couldn't tell, my co-commentator is the voice of the Dashcam advert.
Hey, you gotta
The
do
what?
something, Shuichi.
No one has said anything about your accent in that advert, so I'm assuming they're all adequately fooled by it.
Oh, wait,
Which
hang
surprises
on.
me, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cause like during all of those, I'm like, hello, governor, would you like to come down to Epcot FM's sponsored mall thing? Like, I don't sound human. I'm sorry.
I don't think it really matters how the body got into the piranha tank.
But yeah, there was the thing from the... Oh, but hang on a minute, because like, there's the... I know Shuichi went to great pains to take measurements of the pool, and we have that 50-foot, like... Oh, Tristan is now following, thank you. Because there was the tennis net rope thing, which could have been used, but I don't know if it was long enough because of the measurements of the pool, which means... I don't know exactly. Yes, Loria, adverts are beautiful.
Gonta thinks
Like,
it
I think all the
mattered.
adverts are...
We
They
won't
came
know
out really
culprit's
nice.
trick unless we
And
figure
no one
out-
disagrees with me.
We're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter how it was done, just who did it.
Tin
No
pot
one.
dictator who advertises.
We shouldn't focus on where we found the body. Instead, we need to focus on where he was killed.
He was killed in the face. With water.
Kill?
Wouldn't it be more efficient if we focused on the murder
Sounds
scene
severe.
instead?
Yes, that's it.
I'm surprised also, Ozzy, that no one realised that you were in the advert, because like I could tell it's you and you could tell it's you, but no one else can apparently.
We were so caught up in where the body was found.
You sounded like an air hostess, which was exactly the stage direction, and rope sexual. But everyone is box sexual.
When we should have been thinking about where the murder occurred.
It's like when you take a week-long holiday to the city of porn in Uzbekistan, which probably doesn't really exist.
The murder scene would definitely have more
See,
clues
the
about
trouble
the
is with your accent, you could actually have a city called
didn't
Pawn,
anyone
and then
realize
you could
this
just say, you know, the city of Pawn.
Porn.
Strange.
Pawn.
Octoporn!
Octopus!
Perhaps the culprit steered the conversation away from that topic.
What's Octopus doing here?
Then, culprit is someone in this room.
I know someone's made a mod for the original Danganronpa that replaces all the sprites with Nagito for some reason. Can someone just do that with Journey of Dreams, but replace all the character models with just Octopus?
Just like horribly like mangled T-pose Octopus.
Well then, let's discuss
Yes.
the crime scene to figure
With
out
like
who the
8 legs,
culprit
how
is.
could you T-pose an Octopus?
Well,
That's
it's
not a bad
it's
idea
more
for a
like
robot.
several H
The
poses
last
in a
time I
row,
heard
but
such a
you
good
know.
idea was
See, I would make a joke about the H position, but there are literally 2 people in the universe that will get that reference. I'm one of them, and the other person is not going to finish this train of thought because it says things.
Nino told me to move in with her under the bridge to get out of the cold.
Is that a reference?
I'm just imagining like Hing as if it was like 69ing, and that.
I mean, that's not too far off the truth. I mean, what?
So just docking them, like really? That's that's
Christ,
kind of.
no. Why would anyone even do that anyway?
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
Lowercase h.
I can't believe you didn't notice that.
Or chair, as viewed from the
You ever
side.
jump on a game like Fuck Mr. Hatcher, you always get the let's rub our dicks together, like stuff like that. So.
Look, I mean, frottage is one thing,
First, let's establish the crime scene.
but anything past that, behave yourself. Anyway, what we...
Ryoma was relaxing in his
What is
room
anything?
when we got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning. There is nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
Even the shower because he's
Got
short?
a toilet, doesn't he?
The toilet!
Toilet.
That actually was a piece of white noise as well.
We should consider places where water is stored.
The only place that fits.
No. The happiest conclusion to this. It was Colonel Mustard in the bathroom with the toilet.
Vagina pool. Moisture.
That's
The
hard.
pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at nighttime.
So maybe it was in the stummy beige
Swimming
sink.
is allowed at nighttime.
Stummy
So a living
beige!
person could not have gone
Stoner blue! Sink. Vagina negation. I have 2 emails. It's 10:30. Oh god, it's time checks are now just hard-coded into my brain because of radio. You weed in the ball pool!
I think I might cry.
References. Oh good lord, that's moist. Because we're tighter than bark on a tree.
In the morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror and lift
That was too sinister. You do it. You do the
Santiago.
You do the emotionless. There we go.
Only after you leave do I realize how much
There should be like ball pools for adults. Like the size of like Olympic swimming pools, but just balls.
Quit being so gloomy. This is the year of the Jets.
Oh,
Fuck the
that's why it's
Patriots.
called docking. Okay.
Oh!
Anyway, we can conclude it's impossible for him to have drowned.
Where was
I
Ryoma
accidentally
killed?
bumped my finger against my...
Is there other
elbow.
place where water can be stored?
Yes.
So I clicked by accident. But yes, the stummy beige
Sage,
sink.
no. Sage,
Where is
no.
the staircase? No, we're looking for the... Burble simp. Cindus
That
poop.
sounds kind of
Ryoma's
delicious.
lab.
Turdly.
Scratch marks on it.
And other AI-generated paint colors. That's what I'm referencing. There's a list of like paint colors generated by an AI, named by an AI, and these are all examples of names they came up with. Testing.
Marks on the sink.
Maybe it's just
And
me,
I
but
believe
wet
those scratches
staircase
were caused
sounds
by-
very suggestive.
Oh yeah, baby, touch my wet staircase.
It's not what I meant, and you know it.
Meow.
Meow.
The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
See, I haven't heard any of their Japanese voices, so I can't comment.
Well, yeah. Sort of look like they've
I've
been
heard
scraped
Monica
against
Hillman.
something.
Also, since Nintendo Capri-Sun has finally started playing the
There's also the fact
second
that the
Apollo Justice
handcuffs
game,
were
I
from
guess you could
Ryoma's
call it,
lab.
there's a sequence in that looks like a Danganronpa non-stop debate, and I'm tilted.
Is it any better than the first one?
It looks like it so far.
Even inflame that. Okay, just making sure.
Oh yes, my my radio show is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. British summertime, which is 11 till 2 Central European summertime, and 5 till 8 in the morning East Coast American time.
The size
Our
and
episode's
shape of
recorded.
the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs. I'm sure.
Our episode's recorded.
Technically, I do intend to pull them all off the system by the end of the 4 weeks, but I only intend to upload possibly the Game Guys episodes and also definitely the Eurovision shows. And obviously the karaoke show and my album show, like, there are other shows I've done, they were pre-recorded, so I have the raw files of those anyway. But I can't really share those because they have copyrighted music in them. So, legality.
From the lab to the water tank.
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank.
Please listen to my show. And also please, like, tweet and, like, Facebook message or whatever, because it gets so lonely doing the show and, like, looking on social media and just seeing nothing. Like, no one responding to anything, because every day I ask my audience to interpret one of my weird dreams, and also we have the Anagram Artist of the Week, which, like, I present song titles in anagram form. Every day I add a new one to the list, and just, like, unscramble each one to get the title of a song, and then who performed those songs, and that's who the Anagram Artist of the Week is. And then also, there's a selfie competition, where you take a selfie in accordance with a theme, and if you win, then you win a prize, and the theme this week is green. It doesn't literally have to be green in colour, it can just be like, oh, I'm recycling, it's green for the environment, or something like that. Heather, that goes for you too.
I like green.
And whoever wins the selfie competition, no matter where you are in the world, I will use the radio budget to send it to, like, whoever wins. Like, I will send it overseas if necessary. And, what's... What's happened, Ozzy?
So the culprit
What,
handcuffed
overseas?
Ryoma and drowned him in his lab sink.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chomped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
I don't want to hear it.
Overseas?
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they cut it down, it gushes.
So, was it just a scheduling problem, or has the whole thing just exploded?
Stop! Please stop!
But how did
Seas?
culprit handcuff Ryoma?
Well, I can't do
He could
seagull.
have used Shukuchi method to get away, unless
see it
someone
go.
ambushed him.
It's possible they knocked him out before handcuffing him. Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... whoops. Don't pay attention to little old me. I'm just talking to myself.
Overseaman.
When you talk to yourself, pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed.
Oh. Okay.
Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
Tsumugi, what the fuck?
So we all agree Ryoma was drowned in the sink in his lab, right?
Oh, yeah. How's that going with the
Sink
hoodies,
could've held
anyway?
enough water to do it for sure.
I keep, again, misclicking because I'm reshifting my position.
All right, I'm calling it.
So as
The
not
crime
to sauna
scene
pant.
is Ryoma's fucking research lab.
But how did the culprits carry his body to the gym from there?
Yoked. Dosey stand will reboot yoked yopi.
It's actually not far at all.
Fresh as aquadum.
Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
Yes, Angie, that's literally what we just said. Literally the window.
There!
I love how I didn't even have to move the cursor or anything.
The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
From the window to the wall.
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab.
Get low. Get low, get low,
And
get
on
low.
top of that, the window faced the pool.
I mean,
you can
like,
see the gym
Ooh,
straight
there's a-
across.
if you're willing.
There's like a descent as well, so it wouldn't even take much effort to yote via a zippity ropity loopy doop. But maybe don't put a loop de loop in there if you try to transport a body.
Dropped Ryoma's
Speaking from
body in the
experience?
pool area from the lab window?
Tess,
They could have thrown
did
the
you
body
build
into the
another
water
body
tank through the
disposal
gym
roller
window.
coaster while I wasn't looking?
Mew.
Tess, that kills
Mission complete.
Taz, that kills. Oh, I did not know that.
Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier.
Thing is, we actually
Tess, where are
mentioned.
his hands?
I still haven't got that memorized, but something.
Fudge.
I ate him.
Oh, Oh, I was feeling kind of hungry, so I put them off, put them in a pot, and cooked them up and ate them. My
Marmite.
stomach was making rumblings that only hands would satisfy.
On a journey to reflect on this.
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the
Speepy
crime.
Sweepy, I forget who that is.
Oh no.
Are we going to have
Do
a
you
vote?
guys have your own supermarket sweep guy? Cause I don't remember.
We invented
about that
Supermarket
show.
Sweep.
Oh.
Oh, we're
See,
gonna
I
have the
always
butt
thought of
plug
Supermarket
song!
and Big Y.
Oh, Dale Winton. Oh, shit. But yeah,
Dale
we can't be too sad about Dale Winton because it's time for the butt plug song.
Oh gosh.
Which this was in the demo as well, and in hindsight it makes a lot more sense that Shuichi would be doing this, but then again Kaede appeared to be of flexible sexuality, so maybe never mind.
So this is literally Crazy Taxi.
Kind of. Like, it's sort of
Hence
like...
Psycho Taxi.
It's sort of like the Logic Dive thing, except it's Crazy Taxi, and instead of going down Knuckles' chaotic special stages, you're driving into prostitutes that represent the truth.
That's really hot. No. Have I already seen one of these and somehow missed it?
There hasn't been one in the main game so far, but there was one in the demo.
Ah.
Head towards the escort that has the correct answer. Pun! It also, like, this includes the phrase thinking time, as made popular by Nagito. I misread spacebar as September. Butt plug time, listen to the butt plug song.
Remember, the fifth of Spacebar.
Okay, this is adequate so far. No, we invented Supermarket Sweep and I refuse to accept any alternative canon. Butt plug! Butt plug! Butt plug! Like, just listen to this music after the stream, or maybe I'll actually play it towards the end of the stream just so you can hear it in isolation, because it is butt plug. Clap your hands. Why does... I can't move! I love how that's what the inside of Shuichi's mind just looks like. Thinking time. Okay. What are my options? The window! Strange. I do like this though. I wonder if this will get as badly bit crushed as the Logic Dives did, because those got like bit rated to fuck. I'm enjoying this though. It's quality content. And we have the butt plug song to sort of play our tune.
Literally hit and running them. that didn't register for some reason.
And I'm assuming that if you don't get enough letter cubes, you still have to answer just without seeing the full question. Oh, do those billboards, like, that looks like Angie on the billboard, but I can't actually pay enough attention to them, so, like, are we seeing what's going on in the outside world in the form of random adverts? Because that would be a dope-ass suggestion, because we've established that these take a diegetic amount of time to complete, or at least the Logic Dives did. Just building up a posse of lady friends to... The body was brought from where? There we go. Thinking time. Yeah, we didn't want to access the octahedrons. Are there octahedrons in this one, or just cars? So, probably the window again. The window! Window prostitute, take me home. Except I'm the one driving. Wems? And in the previous one there was... those letter cubes, yeah. Strange colours. I like the Tron. It's going on. That wasn't meant to be poetic. Stacy's Tron has got it going on. Pass to the center. It's like really, really tame Naganuma.
I mean, even the tamest of Naganuma is still radical as hell.
You make
I mean, that's just surprising.
you make tame Naganuma sound like safe Maki.
Look, I have a way with words, what can I say?
Well,
And
so
by
do
way
I.
with, I mean I corrupt them for you forever.
So do I. So shush. Oh, there was a Monokuma back there. I thought it was like a little old lady crossing the road and I didn't want to hit it. And it looked like a hidden Monokuma. I have sads.
Why did you specifically not want to run over the little old lady if this entire game is about running over the ladies that you want in your car with you?
Because there are wrong answers. I don't like being penalized. Via the pool. Well, technically both, but Windows. XP Professional. Probably because you keep forgetting that I stream Aussie, to be fair. So how was that, Heather? How do you reckon that compares to the,
I've got it.
Well, some of the
Ryoma's
prostitutes
body was
lie,
moved directly
but yeah.
from his
How do you reckon
lab
that compares
the
to
gym.
the Logic Dive? Because, like, I like the music more.
A much better Sonic game to reference. Or
Directly?
Sega game to
Don't
reference.
tell me they threw the body from window to window. I mean,
That's
we're
it.
talking about a body.
It
It's
just,
not like
I
tossing a
think I would
baseball,
actually be able to do that one, whereas I can't read fast enough to do the other one, so...
Wait, so
Yeah,
are you able to understand this one well enough then?
Yes.
Presumably because
of
you build up the
course.
question over time rather than just having it sprung upon you.
Right.
Also,
I can basically internalize it. If while the dive was going on, the question was on screen, and then
also reference to the first game.
stayed in, I would have been able to handle that way easier.
No, I don't believe he was thrown, but perhaps another way.
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
But yeah, prostitutes tell the truth. Whore bitchlets lie. It's a matter of distinguishing the two.
Culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
Huh? Equipment?
With this equipment, they can connect the
See,
two
Maki knows
windows
what's
and
up.
move the body to the gym.
She's safe. The rope.
There!
That was a really not convincing there.
The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
There was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Actua can reveal. What mysterious mystery?
What about a plain mystery that's not mysterious at all?
Preparations for the show. That
Um,
rope was in the wing of the
I
stage.
mean, that's the thing. If a crime or something is committed on a
the rope had
plane,
been moved
then it's not
backstage
really
for some
like
reason.
you have that much of a room to hide evidence and such.
It's a mysterious
So I would
mystery.
assume that most plane
Only
mysteries
Actua
are
knows the
very
answer.
dull.
I mean, you say that, but look what they managed with the Ace Attorney Investigations game.
So,
I
during
can't-
nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym
Chapter
window?
2 of the, or case 2 of the first one it takes place on a plane.
They did use the rope. That's how they bridged the distance between
Weird.
both windows.
I mean, of
the
course
rope
Ace
long enough to
Attorney
reach
would do
both
that, but
windows?
that's because they're really good at writing things that make like so much
The
more
rope
sense
is
than
roughly
reality.
65
so.
feet in length. As for the distance between the windows,
With the power of
According to the side
trigonometry.
of the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet. And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet.
Hey, the Bible says Adam and Eve, not Adam bought 60 watermelons. I'm not here to do math singular.
Altogether,
We haven't
the
yet,
sum
Lozzie.
total
60
length from one
watermelons.
window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
Eve took 25.
Dave,
Why was that okay?
David has 16 bottles of dish soap. Why has David got so many bottles of dish soap? Mind your business, damn it!
Only thing between research lab and
That's
gym
how you
windows.
problem solve.
But Heather, are we going to finally do the closing argument of
got
case
it long
2
enough.
after this?
That's what she
Yeah, sure.
Cool and good.
Wait, who said that?
Probably right before I crash
Even
out
if the
for the
rope
night.
was
but
long,
sure.
Girl,
wouldn't
same.
it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Both windows were
My
too
hair's in
high
a
to
knot
reach.
now, and I feel
It would
very
be
dumb
like
for
tying
that.
a rope from
Ow.
one cliff to another.
Oh.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
Ah, that's a point. Just, if they tie the rope from the gym side and the tennis net thing from Ryoma's side and then tie them together in the middle, the only question is how would you make that be taut? Oh, because that's the diving board?
No, Gonta think it would work. Just need one more rope.
Gonta Daddy recommends ropes.
Another rope.
Bondage with Daddy.
What? Test!
Then it
There's no subtlety there. There's no tact. There's nothing. It's just hot. How do you do that?
But yeah, the where is the nipple? There we go. The tennis internet.
The tennis net cable from
Which,
Ryoma's lab.
I think beyond a shadow of a doubt, yes, there was some sort of ropeway involved.
How long?
Which is good. I was right again. Fucking titties.
About 50 feet or so. But how do they use it?
Okay, so
Okay, so.
first, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit moved to other side.
That's a very nipply looking culprit.
What?
Telescopic
And
nipples.
tie cable to other window.
Okay.
Then,
You're
after
gonna
tying
have
to
to
each window,
explain to
culprit
me
tied
how
rope
that's
and
the
cable
first thing that
together.
comes to mind, and not a seal balancing a ball on its nose.
Or just that
how
one
culprit
moist
make one
Pokemon
rope that
from
reach both
the
windows.
generation we do not speak of.
Wow, that's amazing, Gonta. You're
Wait.
so knowledgeable.
It's nothing.
Fair enough.
Going to use ropes a lot when it looks
Daddy is
like bugs.
familiar with rope usage.
Even if they
I
did
swear I'm
carry
not
a
usually
rope
like
on
this.
the rope, They can't carry a body on just that.
Lies.
Eureka! I got it!
Oh god, Mew's having a moment.
Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. But in my case, it's 100% inspiration!
Then why are you so moist, Mew?
Get it. Just tell us already.
They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan!
Yeah, the heatwave really is
The body
kicking in
would
at this
reach the
point,
gym
I agree.
window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
Yeah, that was just Tarzan.
Tarzan?
Thank you, Sumugi.
But they also had to put the body
my
in
God,
the piranha
Kokichi,
tank
I
after
love
they
you.
moved it, huh?
That is not feasible with just one rope.
Maybe the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
They also used a butt plug. Ooh ah, butt plug.
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank. We wouldn't just throw it. The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Poor Mew. I like Mew.
I feel like I'm the only one who, like, isn't enjoying of her.
Kokichi.
You can't
you
buy me over
hinting
with
at
boobs,
something?
you know I'm not gonna say I
Oh,
don't swing that way, because no, I'm a cosmic and eternal mystery. I'm sure you could with the right pair. But, Mew, your personality is garbage.
Huh?
In a good way, a well-written way.
Highly disagree.
Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
Don't mistake my breasts for muffins.
Wait, why yours?
Mew.
Mine actually look like muffins.
Are they full of yeast? If I squeeze them, will yeast come out?
Yes. Well, please.
Breast
that
yeast.
just means they're gonna rise.
Oh. If you leave it long enough, will it ferment and then you have breast beer?
I mean, I like to shake that off. You know, get a nice milkshake going. Oh.
Oh, tentacle hair. Boobs of motivation.
All right, Shuichi. The stage is finally set.
Yes, exactly. Precisely.
Oh.
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial.
Really, Kaito?
It all starts with you.
An ultimate detective with the ultimate power.
You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event.
Kinky.
And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
The Creamy Boys.
Together? You got this. After all, you are my sidekick.
I ship it.
Boys.
I believe in
And
you.
all the
So I'm
meanie
gonna leave the
toys.
rest to you.
The creamiest of memes.
The teeniest of weens.
Teeny Neens, ah. Tata Loco Baby Lebe. Oh, it's this. Hang on a minute. What's the buttons? How do I button? Okay. Yeah, we have the right letters for rope. E.
Is it bad that I'm still suffering from some semblance of paranoia that this is like they're gonna crash into one another and you're gonna fail?
I feel it.
I see now.
But how is Kaito a douche? He's a bro! He's clearly husbando as fuck for Shuichi.
The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
A ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that? Wow, you got drain damage or something?
Drain damage!
You'd need some kind of vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have that!
But we do though, because that explains the donut! Oh, this! Well, I had a feeling this was going to come up because the relevant skill appeared in the list, and I don't remember seeing that before, so... We get to do a bit of digging. See, one thing that I struggled with in the demo is I didn't remember the order that they changed colour, and I just did not plan ahead at all, because this is weirdly harder than it looks. White, pink, yellow. Triangle, circle, cross, square. Well, I see the donut in, like, the top middle of that picture, so that's where I'm going to start digging, assuming it's the same arrangement every single time. But hey, we have a skill that prevents the time penalty because I thunkled ahead. Mind mine. Mind Wazowski. Oh, there's a ladder. That's not corrupt. Oh, it is random every time because it isn't in the demo. Okay. Oh, I still need to uncover its ass. And that ass too. There we go. Ah, yes, a chaise longue and a ladder. Clearly those would work. Well, that was adequately dope.
It's the inner tube. The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool.
Why are they called inner
Excuse
tubes in
you.
American?
What?
The inner tube?
Because you go inside of them and they are tubes?
But that would make it an outer tube, and it's not a tube, it's a fucking rubber ring.
Remember the inner
Perhaps
tube we
it has
found in
something
the
to do
pool
with their
with the
recursion.
rope on one side?
You're also going quiet again.
God? All set?
See, Tristan, that's the image that I had in mind first, but then the donut makes sense also.
Is this better?
Was
Yes.
originally tied on both
Good.
sides.
Just making sure.
ASMR.
The culprit
Butt
made a
plug.
ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows. And because the third floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner
Gravity.
tube along. The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported 2 people.
Okay, Lozzie, don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Oh!
The culprit used the ropes
That's
and the inner
erotic.
tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway
And he's got his ass in the air and everything.
and used it to move themselves.
Looks like fun,
and
though,
Ryoma's
apart
body
from the fact that
from
he's
the
dead.
lab to the gym.
Wild.
Once
This
through
is the
gym
most
window,
overly complicated
stood
thing
on
I've
the
ever
inner
seen in my
tube to
life.
move the body.
Except every other
Back,
case in this
where the
series.
culprit placed
My
their
cases
foot
are
on the
better.
windowsill.
Yeah.
That way would be more stable and let them
Yeah.
handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Well, when you put it like that, it's
A rubber Taurus, like that one Pokemon.
But wow, a ropeway.
You say the culprit placed their foot on the window.
I mean, it'd be the only
Isn't that
Pokemon
against
that's
school
immune to
rules?
electricity. Did I really just say that? I'm an idiot.
It would count as entering the gym, would it not?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay. Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait,
Who asked you last time?
Eh?
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Whoopsie doopsie, Monosuke, you just did. Oopsie doopsie, you did a whittle fucko boingo. Oh, whoa.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
Way to put your foot in your mouth.
His foot! Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
Oh, the first case was so much more Rube Goldberg than this, though.
Cut it out!
I guess so.
I can't write this off as a joke if you two keep freaking out about it.
I mean, literally, it was Rube Goldberg, but
Then your
like,
little
still.
slip-up is actually the truth!
Pops?
Uh-oh.
Is Monosuke definitely gonna die in the execution now, like I said he probably would?
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Stop. Do not bully Monosuke.
Huh?
Monodam best child.
No more blaming each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
Monodam my child.
Monodam's right!
Damn!
Monodam?
Monosuke, you better thank Monodam. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Dude, what I like about Monotaro is like he's trying so hard to be Monokuma and he's just so nice by accident.
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
So culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
And then because they couldn't enter the gym, they'd
Some
have to
crazy-ass shit.
leave by the pool because being in the pool is okay, just not in the water. But
But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Stereoscape. I've never heard of Heath Robinson, so
Let's find out who that is. Oh, Google.
Oh,
All
Google
one
my
must
Google.
do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway.
Robert's daughter.
Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side.
He's just another artist.
oh,
Although, there's a difference, because Rube
Tossing
Goldberg
the rope
was...
into the gym
Actually,
from the window would
they're
be the
more
finest.
accurately described as Heath Robertson machines, but he's got a less catchy name.
well then.
I
You
see,
can't
I
make a
see.
burger out
The
of
rope
Robinson.
was thrown from the window. That's why we found it there.
That's true.
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
So I guess then that would mean that,
Which is why the crime was
like that
committed
random
during
black
nighttime,
cloth that we
while
found,
we all slumbered.
if that had been on the person of the killer and it had fallen off in transit into the pool, they wouldn't have been able to retrieve it because it was nighttime.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they
And
used to
Kirumi
commit
wears a
the
lot of black,
crime,
like, accoutrements,
Da-da-da-da.
like the headpiece and the gloves and
why did
maybe
they
her
leave the inner tube in the
panties.
pool?
Letting your mind wander there, Tess?
I believe that
No.
was an accident.
I'm just remembering what happens when you date the characters in the previous game.
An accident?
We got Nekomaru's panties.
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally
I think that's what's being addressed now. Also, why is there a bowl of curry in the background? That's a light. That's a ceiling light. Never mind.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
Because, as we just said, it's nighttime. They don't like water.
That's it.
Clearly, they are Celeste.
Even
I
if
mean,
they
I can
wanted to
relate,
get it, they
but-
couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I
Also, I'll
see.
be right back
They
again.
couldn't fit
Okay.
the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope,
It's just a fancy condom pill.
the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
tragic.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them. Ha! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it?
We've just explained that, Mew, you fool.
Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur.
No, actually. Save for that one mistake. This was the perfect crime.
Really? How so?
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us.
I guess?
No, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Shut up. Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough.
And who else could be more thorough than the ultimate maid?
Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
I love how the middle 3 letters of ropeway is just pew!
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery
Rope
otherwise.
sexuality, but it doesn't compare to box sexuality, though.
Who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event.
Kaito, what are you planning?
But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Well, clearly I'm not the only one with good taste in Gonta, Daddy, then.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Called the fuck out by Maki.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
As a matter of fact, I predicted it a while ago.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
That doesn't surprise me somehow, Heartbeat.
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick.
Like I said, I'm psychic.
I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
Deep throat them with the truth.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
I ship it. You're welcome, Heartbeat. But yes, you!
It has to be you!
As I suspected from the beginning.
There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
How vindicating.
What? Kirumi?
Oh.
Because
so
she's the
Kirumi
maid.
Is the culprit.
It's like a trope or something.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
Fair.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision?
I find it endearing because he's all broy and shippy and just kind of dumb.
I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Ooh, she angry. Oh, we have the live music. And
I, of course, am not the culprit.
this seems like an alibi thing.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of them.
Ooh.
I always know the truth.
Yeah, you stop this. Yes. That was the reason why I predicted her in the first place, to be honest.
Everyone's alibi, but we can still.
I was going to conveniently skip to the truth by saying, you know what, alibis, whatever.
How so?
Last night, Kaito and I heard Maki speaking with Ryoma,
Oh, we're standing by that lie from earlier, okay.
but I haven't mentioned what happened after. Kirumi, any thoughts?
Lies upon lies. But I
Did you
missed the
return to
vagina,
your
apparently.
respective dorm rooms?
Sad.
Yes, we did. But I couldn't fall asleep, so I was awake until morning, which allowed me to hear a certain sound in the night.
A certain sound?
Yes, it was the sound of butt plugs. Whoa!
Last night, I heard the sound of someone leaving their room and exiting the dorm. And after some time, I heard the sound of them returning.
Could it have been the culprit?
But all you heard was a sound? That doesn't mean you know who made it.
Indeed, it doesn't. But I didn't hear the sound of someone going down the stairs.
Oh. Yes, Ozzy, this is the one I was talking about today during the show.
Which must mean that whoever left has a room on the first floor.
Or rather, the ground floor, because floors and countries.
No one on the second floor left the dorm that night.
So everyone on the second floor has an alibi? You cannot determine the culprit with just that.
On the contrary, once we rule out the second floor, we know who the culprit is. Because preparing the ropeway required time to be spent in the gym. It's extremely likely that the culprit helped set up the magic show. In short, Himiko, Angie, Kaito, or Kirumi.
I see. So among the four, the only one with a room on the first floor of the dorms is...
Yes. Only Kirumi.
I don't know how he memorized that, but then again, he claims to be the ultimate detective, so I guess fine enough. And, Ozzy, the thing that I was going to say during today's show and that I forgot is, because I keep second-guessing everything that happens in these games, I've declared myself the ultimate clairvoyant. That's what I was going to say in the show, and I forgot to.
You heard a sound, huh? Well, I hear a load of BS.
Kokichi, you fuck.
But unfortunately for you, Kirumi, your time's up. We already know you're the only one capable of setting all this up. Right, Shuichi?
Right. The only
Kokichi Grandma coming in from downtown with the unexpected assist.
Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Yeah, because there's the ultimate clairvoyant in the first game, and I just sort of stole his title because he's accurate 30% of the time. I'm just always right with everything I predict. It's kind of annoying
Absolutely.
because it's getting to the point where people don't believe me. They believe that I've, like, cheated and looked ahead, which, why would I ruin the game for myself by doing that? I just have really good intuition.
Really, really, really. Well, then in that case, you're Sayaka. And you're the ultimate pop star.
I have many ultimate talents.
That's
yes,
right.
yes,
Ryoma's
trust
body
me, I'm
entered the gym
familiar,
from the
but...
window.
No.
That required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
Yeah, in the English version of the game, they get it right. But in the anime, they call him Hagakure. No, Yasuhiro Hagakure. It's not difficult.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym.
Also the victim in the demo of this game, but not really.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough
Anyway,
time to set
I don't know how much you missed, Heather, but I was right, basically.
Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the
I mean, I can't say I'm even surprised at this point.
Devotion.
Oh, we get to fight the Mady Lady. She's gonna strike like thunder. I'm not letting that joke go.
While I do understand where you
GOTW?
are
Game of
coming
the
from,
Wems?
I
Yes.
assure you this is just
a
part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
Oh, she's getting surprisingly angry. I mean, well, we are accusing her of murder in all fairness, but still. Butts. Butts beef.
Butts, yes,
If it was
exactly.
solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
You stop that, Kirumi.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I love the new typography. It's
I am
beautiful.
referring to the road.
Ah,
Now,
it's
with that
beautiful.
road, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Oh, cut through your words!
That wasn't quite as profound as the previous time.
The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
A window.
Just tying the rope to
To
the
the
frame
wall.
wouldn't cause so much damage.
But putting weight on it. I
The
didn't
rope
slice the
was tied to
vagina and now I'm
frames
sad.
Must have been weighed down
Please tell me somebody pronounced his last name Hagakure at some point. I just really want to hate
The
something right
frames
now.
didn't break, but they were left with distinct
Hey,
marks.
Tess, you watched the dub.
No, they all just called him Hagakure. They didn't even bother with his first name.
Hagakure. That's
Those scratches are proof that
Togami
you
was
used
pretty
a
also
rope
not
to carry the
acceptable as
body
well,
to the
though.
windowsill.
Togami. Like,
Togami. It's real. Japanese is not difficult. The Hogwarts Musukashi Kunai desu. Kirumi shat herself.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, hey, hey!
See, this is why I think he would be a Zorua and not a Purloin, because he's just... he puppy.
Is Kirumi quiet? Because that's what...
Little illusion papa.
Please answer us, Kirumi.
Kokichi does all the really annoying stuff that I absolutely love. Also the purple hair.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that. Because I must do this for everyone!
Okay, here's a sort of thought out of left field. She keeps talking about for everyone, and like, now it's highlighted as well. Could it be that her motivation video is like... everyone? Like, she's not talking about everyone here. She's talking about like, a massive fuck of people from her motivation video? Question mark?
I'm going to assume you're right on that, and ergo, another thing you got right. Congratulations, Tess.
No.
So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
That's a very Mukuro Ikusaba kind of face. I'm not suspecting a connection, it's just... Mukuro Ikusaba.
Hey, Kirumi. Who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Oh, they were picking up on it too, so maybe it wasn't as subtle as I thought.
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Yeah, but he behaves like a Zorua and he has a face like one as well. Ah, my right knee pain.
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think
Did you ejaculate
Kirumi
that
saw
hard?
her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
And he can change
so
visual
sorry for
form
making
because he
such a
changed
mess.
colour that one time.
Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
There really does seem to be a lot of focus on him. I'm not sure why, but...
You saying I'm wrong?
I don't mind.
This everyone you're talking about.
Oh, she's forwards.
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you
See,
swear
is she
to
saying
do
that? Or is she saying it to the TV cameras?
Yes,
It's
really.
not TV.
This is B.
So please believe
This is the bubble.
I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede.
Really, that's the spin you're taking with your "there's a snake in my boot" ass rings on your hands?
She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid.
Duties.
I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me.
Oh,
You
she
have
weep.
to.
Kirumi.
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit?
See, I like her and I want her to survive longer, but no, she was damned the moment she became a maid.
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well.
Already talking about her like she's dead. Rude.
She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
To be fair, they really did overuse her during the, like, oh, Kirumi do this, Kirumi do that.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Oh, calm your titties, Mew.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct?
And
But
also
you cannot
for
accuse
other
me of
evidence.
being the culprit with that insufficient proof.
Your proof is
It is
insufficient.
still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
I feel like we're making good time. Bearing in mind, I was warned that the trials in this game are so much longer than before, and we're only at 2.5 hours. And like we're closing in on a culprit, or so it feels. Like we're doing that thing where we're all just hounding around one person.
I feel like this game is paced the same as the last one. I'm not sure where everyone's getting the length from.
Maybe it's
There's more shit put into them, but
Yeah,
I
like
don't feel like they're
there's
wasting
more-
time this time around.
like there's more different minigames and more variants in the debate. So maybe people are just getting it wrong more easily, and that's what's taking longer.
Made a promise.
Mm.
As the ultimate detective.
Like the one thing that's really standing
I made a
out to me
promise to
is
seek
I
the
can't
truth.
remember a time so far in two
I made a
trials where
promise to
somebody's been
Kaede,
too dumb to follow
so
what's
I'm
happening.
Not turning back now.
If that makes sense.
Hmm.
We haven't had a hero this time.
Yeah.
So you still believe I am the culprit?
Are we going to have to dance and then you will
But there
strip?
is no evidence to indicate that I
Because
am.
I'm still not
there
okay with that
is.
in the previous
I
trial.
have proof that you're the culprit.
Kaede's striptease.
I realized it when we determined that the
And
rope
the-
work was used to move the body.
Do
That
that
sounds very nice.
But maid fetish that some people have, which I don't understand. And then stripper of him.
If it was indeed Kirumi,
It has
who
to do
moved
with
the body a
servitude.
makeshift ropeway,
Yeah.
then the final clue falls into place.
I probably spat that out more than I intended to.
clue?
Like, I just want maid outfits because
Damning
they're cute,
evidence
but
that proves Kirumi is
not
the
that anyone
culprit.
knows either. Yeah.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit?
Because you are.
Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect
It feels like she was
everyone.
almost imitating Kaede with that pathetic point there.
Shuichi.
I mean, Kaede's was still weaker, but still.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your face is all wrong because we can't see half of it.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. You can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat.
Oh, she anger.
You can't save anyone.
Her voice actress is really fucking good. I believe it. Like, the only thing that's not really come up yet is
This is it!
this piece of Angus.
The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty.
See, your reaction should be the fuck, but no, you're going "Gah," which proves that it was you.
It's been bothering me for a while.
Wait, Sage,
I
what?
couldn't figure out what it was.
Boobs.
Never mind. Explain to me
I thought
later.
it was just trash at first,
'Cause-
but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle,
How do I know it's not important puzzle of the impeasal?
because like the inner tube, it's evidence.
Well, no, I got that part, but like, never mind. Never mind. Later.
Do I recognize Kira Buckland from somewhere? Oh, that'll be why. Hang on a minute, really?
You could slide the
Wow.
inner tube from the lab to the gym,
Well, she's definitely better as Kirumi.
but how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands
Wow.
for friction.
That isn't what I thought would be the relevance. I thought maybe they just dropped a bit of their outfit,
Yeah,
but
so what?
that makes more sense, I guess.
You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
So it's her gloves. Her glaive.
Why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
Shut up, Karekio.
What? Truth. That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
Watch me, bitch.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Are we gonna have to fight you and you're gonna get strippy? Also, I just realized she was wearing a tie this entire time.
Yeah.
Okay,
cute.
how? It is one of these. How does this work?
You are incorrect.
Oh.
What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone.
I really like these character
You are
designs.
incorrect.
Yeah.
It's just because it's a static image that it's a bit iffy,
What
but
is this truth? That is just your empty deduction.
She's strip. I'm not okay with
In this
this.
class trial, everyone's life is at stake.
yeah, that's the same made
Your
out.
self-righteous truth. Everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your
Jank.
self-righteous truth, everyone might die.
Don't enjoy
In this
this.
class trial, everyone's life is at stake.
It's of questionable rhythm, anyway.
I completely understand your reasoning. But I
I'm
will
only
never
bothered
accept it.
because it's Wasden, and like
Seems you
I
wish
can't
to pin me
remember
as
that
the
shit for the life of
You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. You only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it.
What the fuck is that?
It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence.
See, I don't memorize where the West keys are, weirdly enough.
Speculation.
me. Yeah,
That's what makes it difficult.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Why must you interfere?
If it was arrows, but you still had to hit Wasda, it'd be like really easy.
Anyway.
What is that?
Kirumi's gloves. Kirumi's gloves. Also, exposed nipple, but covered by
The
arm.
piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
And suddenly she's clothed again.
Kirumi's glove?
Well, who else wears gloves? Apart from, I guess,
If the
Korekio's
culprit was
handages.
slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope
I like how, like, some of these explanations are so much more science-y than they were in the previous game, because, like, Shuichi knows because he's the ultimate detective.
But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and...
It fell into pool?
It fell into the poo.
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Ooh, who's got you there?
Well, Kirumi? Will you allow us to compare the
Janet
black fabric
Jackson.
we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
And just so soon after having received her ultimate lab and everything.
What's wrong?
She's just in the process of shitting herself. Hence the face.
I will show you the truth.
Oh, is it manga time? It is manga time. What the fuck are the controls? Okay. Okay. Right, 8 of that. Okay. Right, that's... What answers do we even have so far? None of the... Hang on, was that... That there? Okay, good. Hang on. That's where that goes. I feel like that would throw some people off on their first play. What was taken from the poop? Hang on. What part? We transport the body on the ropeway. You. And that doesn't go there, apparently. It's the correct answer, just in the wrong place. good. I'm glad. Well, I'm enjoying... I still like this. Like, stylistically, this is still, like, the best thing of the thing. The best version of the closing argument so far. That does indeed go there, which is good and tasty. What do we got? That goes there. Metallurgy. I studied that once, I forget what it is. Where in the gym was the rope tie the window frame? And running out of points here of what was taken from the poop. I swear I already tried that there, so unless... Now I don't know what's what. And... that. Good. Okay, I'm glad. Hopefully this should elucidate. Right. So... that. And then... you! And now it is time for onomatopoeia. Act 5?
The victim's body was
oh, right,
found
yeah,
this
because
morning
chronology.
During Himiko's underwater escape act.
Sploosh!
When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly.
I do really like a lot of the character art here.
Angie opened the curtain in front of the
like when
tank.
it's just in motion like this, it's well done.
Certainly in the first case as well, the killer, like, anonymousified, didn't look as deranged as in the first games. Especially, like, the first killer of the first game looked so crazy in, like, the anonymous art. Whereas Kaede didn't. Chomp, 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 chomp.
I will say though, the dark blue and the red eyes gives a lot more of an expressive, like, stark contrast than the gray did from the other two games.
Handcuffs he was wearing.
Just throwing that out there.
That horrifying sight
Those
was
reaction
the finishing
faces.
touch on the culprit's
Especially
own
Kibo.
twisted magic trick.
I'd assume she removed the body just to destroy evidence.
Yeah, like to distract, like to potentially pin it on,
Culprit obfuscated the time and place
yeah,
of the
to
murder.
pin it on Himiko, and also to disguise when and where and how the crime happened. And it was only because of the rubber ring and the glives that really caused any problems. Beyond the... exactly. I was saying that earlier about bones. I love this art style. Act 1.
The crime began last night, around 8:55.
Oh, that's cool that they're telling the acts
While
out of order.
preparing for the show in the
I
gym,
like that.
The culprit had a chance to be alone.
This is so much more complicated than any of the cases in the first game as well, and I love it.
It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank.
Well, besides the sixth one, but...
Yeah. Well, like, if they gathered up enough evidence... Like, if she'd left Ryoma in his... Like, I'm guessing... Yeah, if she'd done the drowning in the ultimate prisoner room and left him in there, then surely there'd be, like, evidence pointing back to her going there at that time. I don't know. Well, whatever.
And
What's done is
the
done.
glass lid to put inside the tank. They
Tap,
used it
tap.
as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank.
Which is a bit cruel, but whatever. Clack, clack. Blah. Bam!
Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage
Or
wing.
13 a.m.
And used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window.
Bam bam. Creak. Sees. Gurt
Once
gurt.
there, they opened
Overseas.
the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then
But there's still
thrown out
the issue
window
of
toward the
leaving
pool.
evidence behind, so... Source. Oh, the killer's wearing gloves in the cutscene
These
thing.
preparations were
Art.
key for the
That's
culprit's
cute.
elaborate plan.
Makes it look like a cat burglar. Oh, Ryoma. You sausage.
At nighttime, past midnight,
You dead sausage.
the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab.
Tennis. That's just the onomatopoeia for tennis. Dun dun!
All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder.
Poor child.
First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind.
Cling.
Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists.
Good noises. Very good noises. Splash.
Shoved his head into the sink filled with water.
Stomach beige.
From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed.
Well, there was 2 ropes working together, and the rubber ring was fairly sturdy, apparently.
The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed.
Which must have had a compelling reason to risk it, then. Lives.
Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun.
The net. Flip, flip, flip.
They removed the cable.
I wonder how Lucajin's going to react to the closing argument sequence when she gets to, because she just started Let's Playing the first game, and like I'm rather hyped.
I mean, I am too. I'm very curious.
The wire and the rope from the gym window.
We're doing anything wrong from Phoenix?
They returned to the
We'll
lab
see.
after picking up one last thing.
I don't think she ever got a game over.
Tap, 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 tap.
The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed.
Well, to be fair, the Ace Attorney games aren't that difficult. Like with Danganronpa, there's some jeopardy because of the live action to it, but with Ace Attorney, it's just don't be wrong.
The culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope.
Whereas with Danganronpa, you can still take damage even if you're right, if you just don't write rightly enough.
Thank God the games are so easy that I couldn't have been wrong with them. Oh, I was terrible. Like with all of them, I'm
Tug tug.
Cold until the rope
Right
was
lane
off,
must right left.
Then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows.
If nothing else, this is still, like, even if you don't like how this case was executed, it's still better handled than case 3 of the previous game, just because, let's face it, the second victim was just an afterthought, and it was originally going to be Fuyuhiko, and then it wasn't.
The ropeway that was used to move the body.
I mean, I was using the word ropeway from, like, the beginning when I first deduced it, so, to be fair.
2 crucial mistakes.
Kick!
The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym.
Now, did I dream it, or was there once a CGI cartoon series about a robot made of cubes? Whoosh! Called, like, Cubics or something. Was that a thing, or did I dream it?
Quite some speed.
Let's find out.
To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake.
Was it very poorly animated and he kind of looks like a bad Transformer?
I don't remember.
That would have caused
Cubics, robots for everyone. Clash and bash. Press start to play. Oh, that's a game. Okay.
Tap.
Oh, here we go. Cubics is a South Korean animated television series created by Cinepix. 4Kids Entertainment acquired the rights for an English adaptation dubbed to the series in 2001, retaining them until their transfer to Saban Brands in June of 2012. Saban Brands currently owns and manages the copyright and branding of the English adaptation of Cubics.
Pain not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body.
So yes, to answer your question.
Okay. I'm glad we established that. Also, hop hop.
All the culprit had to do was untie the rope and
Oh my god, this
Cubit.
thing's still going?
Just remembers Cubit.
That's when they made their
I'm happy because no one else seems to remember Cubert. I've been playing through every old Cubert game, and he's had a really bad run over his years. I feel kind of bad. There's been like 3 good Cubert games. Like, how does that happen?
Magic.
Magic.
Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence: the fabric and the inner tube.
What if they came back during the next morning, though?
The evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime.
So basically, this only didn't work because of supreme bad luck. You've been Nagito'd.
And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
Now what the hell is this execution gonna look like? They're gonna clean a clock?
Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached.
Ooh, music.
Do you have any...
Accidentally skipped over that line as well. God damn it.
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive.
Well, evidently she didn't.
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
Thank you, Korekio, reading the chat somehow from inside the game.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic.
Shut up,
Thanks to
Kokichi.
him, at least the game became way more interesting.
Took a hot minute there for the click to actually register. I'm offended.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
But we don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Rain falling down. It's our happiest story, and there's no one around.
Taking care of her sick child.
Belarus this year. It's some people like it, but no, he puts his accent on the wrong syllable, and it was so obviously written in Russian first and translated badly.
The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off.
Or better yet, just don't kill anyone. Just don't do it.
It's voting time!
Yeah, we got to beep boop some bitterly buttons. Where are you? You. See, any other time, you need to right click, but here you need to left click, which bothers me. Cheeses! Assorted cheeses in her character portrait.
It seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Do we at least get to see who Kirumi voted for? Because we didn't with Kaede. That saddens me. Of course, one vote for Shuichi. Lovely. I do love the system, at least it tells you.
Chosen as the blackened. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I mean, I've been using clairvoyance and I've been okay so far, so fuck your logic, I can see the future. I mean, the first one was, so I'm looking forward to this. And Monokid is just not in the sploop. Sad. So the other thing that saddens me is writing executions for the one, like, the game, well, the games plural that I've written as well now, because I have one and, like, bits of a sequel, and writing the executions for those makes me feel like I'm a psychopath, because I'm writing ways to creatively kill my friends based on their, oh, there was another back route and I missed it, that makes me sad. But I definitely did get the back route there, so that's tasty.
Yeah, getting some kind of satisfaction out of imagining killing your friends.
It's not satisfaction, it's being a writer.
Well, I'll agree, being a writer is very nice.
Meow. I do like what I've got planned for the second game. It's just a shame that I can't do anything with that just yet.
Oh my!
Oh, Kirumi. Now it's time for us to Kiru you.
Oh my god! So, just to clear up, this is because of the anime that they decided to go all out with these, right? Like, like the anime basically proved that like people would get a kick out of something that was horrendously brutal. So
maybe it's just a success of the first game. Just because, you know, psycho
I mean-
pop.
No way.
all the other executions have at least been like somewhat like majestic or some shit, but like this game in particular, like if they are all so brutal,
I mean,
it's,
the first one was impressive with like it was elegant and well done. So I can only imagine. But we'd allow it some artistic license anyway. Plus, if nothing else, clearly the mastermind rigged it to make sure that everything went to plan in order to keep the killing game rolling, no pun intended. I mean, if our predictions and theories are right about the nature of this particular killing game, I wouldn't put it past them, because that would make sense.
Da 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 da.
Monotaro, same.
No way! Shut up!
Say, how?
No.
Shut up, Kokichi.
What?
Was that a small environmental message thrown in here? I kind of
absolutely.
appreciate that. Like, and there wasn't even a joke coming off of that. That was just.
It was just fuck humans.
Which I know you don't have a problem with either, Tess. But...
No.
Please!
Understood. I shall take that request.
Oh, Kirumi.
Well, you know.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, that's consistent so far with what I suspected.
What are you saying?
May I?
Hey,
Yes.
Wow. So was this case specifically rigged to specifically make Kirumi specifically kill Ryoma?
Oh no, not another one of those.
Because like that was how specific the previous case 2 was. So, see, in my Danganronpa game, it's literally like I think at least 3 of the cases are just sad accidents, which makes them all tragic.
The fuck's going on?
I kind of like the way you set it up. Still a
Yeah.
lot of guilt attached. It's just, you know.
No.
Monosuke, you fucked up again.
Dumbass!
Oh, Monodam.
Eh? I'm sorry.
Oh, Monodam.
No.
Okay. Yeah?
Precious.
Yeah.
See, I would liken Monodam to Monica from Ultra Despair Girls, but I only know about her because of the anime, because we still haven't had the game yet. Heather.
Daddy!
Hey, Father!
Hey,
What? You stupid!
Well now.
Oh, Monosuke, you just done diddly pissed off Monodam.
I see.
Oh, I see.
Hey!
What's wrong?
Yes.
So,
That's right.
I'm expecting something flooring here. Kirumi Tojo's motive video.
back by popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life?
How much want to bet that Ryoma's was
without
just
further
nobody loves you, go and die, and that's why he's the victim.
Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate
Ooh, there's a bus.
maid.
And Japan as well, because they're driving on the left. I say that I'm British, so, but it looks like Japan. I mean, look at how many people are crossing that road.
With clients in politics and finance, this elite maid is renowned for completing any request. One fateful day, she was suddenly summoned by one of her most influential clients, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister had a request of utmost importance. He requested that she use her talent as the ultimate maid to serve her country.
How the fuck would that work?
He asked Kirumi to
Oh dear.
make this country great again and transferred all his authority to her.
That voice acting.
No one suspected that the Prime Minister's new secretary was secretly running the country. And over time, she became the de facto Prime Minister.
So basically I was right.
Only Kirumi could save the country from impending doom. Yes, the future of the country rests entirely on her capable shoulders. But Kirumi is up to the task, for she only accepts requests that only she can fulfill. She is driven by the belief that her citizens are the most important people in her life. Oh, and while we're on the subject of those important people, an unfortunate event will soon befall those vermin and sheeple.
And of course, Tristan, you know plenty about Gendo.
What event, you ask? It's a secret.
Well,
Find out for yourself.
Clearly, the people who take care of people will get all swoopy and spurbly like her on the right.
Huh? What?
Yes.
Wait!
So.
What is this?
I do not agree.
Well, she's not technically, only de facto.
This is my
This is
selfless
still bringing up
devotion.
many questions given the prologue, but I'm gonna refrain.
I thought those were cabbages on the right for a
Lift the
second.
country out of a dire
Bah.
situation.
They're soldiers. I thought they were cabbages. I mean, what's the difference?
I swore to serve and help all its citizens.
Also, she looks very Monica from this angle. As in, Monaca, not Monica. Ultra Despair Girls, not heart-pounding reading circle.
As the ultimate maid, I have advised politicians many times in the past. But he wanted me to prioritize saving the country from an unprecedented crisis.
Well, clearly the fact that you're here says that you failed.
I fully accepted this request. As a maid, it is a great honor to serve the nation itself.
What did I do?
I see.
Mew is so full of shit, literally.
You really don't get it.
How rude!
I see.
Incredible.
Took a moment for the text box to switch over there.
But
Actually. Yoo-hoo!
I do not know.
Clearly ultimate despair.
That's...
Are you going to be executed before you can find
That
out,
is
dear?
correct.
That's not an accordion, that's a radiator.
Huh?
I said put down your radiator, love. Man's not hot.
I do not know. This is my selfless devotion.
Okay, Rumi, you were precious.
My apologies.
If so...
But
Oh hey, it's like the ultimate trolley problem, which is one of the unused executions in one of the... It does appear as evidence, though.
That. Why?
Wait!
I misread Monokuma as mommy.
Always messing around.
Bears do not lie.
Shut up, Monokuma.
Bears do not lie.
What about the ones that do, though?
Hey,
Huh? 100%.
Pooh hoo hoo.
What are you trying to pull?
Cuz. Shing!
Oh, there are walls.
Shut up!
Oh? Dang it!
Oh, I see.
That
Oh, savage.
Huh?
Weird!
I do not agree. Do you agree?
I do not agree. Do you agree?
Huh?
Good voice lines.
That is.
So, specifically, you chose to meet him in his research lab. That seems a bit counterintuitive, but hey, it worked in the end. Brutal.
And then, he turned his back toward me. At that moment, my determination solidified. A person like him would have noticed my bloodthirst emanating. He already knew. He forfeited his life right then and there.
I mean, at least it was with vagina consent.
Then... But...
What?
Because...
What are you talking about?
Wait! Huh?
Wait, I thought it was Kokichi that. Oh.
I told you.
Oh.
Why? What?
Yeah. But
Well, everything's falling into place anyway.
Hey.
no. Jeez.
It's gonna be empty, isn't it?
In other words.
And it's
Please.
your plan's gonna backfire because you're dead.
That's true.
Well, you know...
Hey!
Ah...
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Oh boy. Ryoma Hoshi's motive.
All right!
Oh.
By popular demand, who's the most important person in your life? This message is for Ryoma Hoshi, the ultimate tennis pro.
Savage.
Unfortunately, there is no one in the world who is important to you. I'm so sorry. Really, I am. You have my deepest sympathies. Sorry. Sorry.
Wow. I was right though. So there is that at least.
Always messing around.
Tess, this is like the 4th time you've postulated something in the middle of this trial that...
Oh.
I see.
It can't be.
Damn.
But... Because...
Yes.
Wow. I mean, that was weirdly profound coming from Angie of all people.
For everyone. My apologies.
Thing is, it wasn't herself necessarily that she wanted to survive, but just the country.
You need something?
Hey!
Oh God, are you precious child?
Huh? Gonta.
Gonta, Daddy, precious boy.
Unfortunately.
Jeez.
Huh?
Oh, man.
Why is it that every culprit so far has just made Shuichi feel worse about himself?
Shuichi!
Oh, and then Kaito's here to bro it up again.
Hey!
I detect a running theme in this game.
Also, I like how Kaito's kind of like overall pinks and purples and Shuichi's like blues and blacks. They complement each other really nicely.
Listen up. I mean, don't worry about it.
And it's playing the good music too. I use this as a music bed in my own radio show.
Bum, 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 ba, da, da, bum.
Jeez.
Oh, shut up, Maki.
But...
Shut up, everyone.
So divine.
Shut up!
But...
Reminds me of like the end of the 4th trial of the first game, where everyone's like, "Yeah, fuck your despair. We're still gonna be hopeful." And Monokoba's like, "Oh, oh."
Because...
Huh?
But...
Well said, Kirumi.
You mean?
Really?
Oh, she said
Cut
the
it
fuck
out.
word, but not the fuck word. The C dash 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 word. What the hell's a chicken faggot?
That is correct.
What?
You must live.
Huh?
I see.
You must live.
You keep saying you must live, but you're the one who's talking about living at the expense of everyone else.
I will survive!
Okay. But I don't think you will, though. She out. Good scream. That is a good... On a scale of 1 to scream, yes.
I have to escape. I won't die here.
I think Hirumi is amongst my favourite characters at this point. She scream.
Please run!
Hurry!
It's not gonna work though, is it? Because we've got a death to experience.
Hey, please!
I will live. I refuse to die in a hellhole like this.
Oh, it's the 19th now.
Now then, I've prepared a special punishment for Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid.
For my nation. For my people.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
It's being presented slightly differently from usual, yay.
I will not die!
Oh, we haven't seen one of these since literally the first case of the first game.
Ooh.
She's tried to run away. And she's off. This is beautiful. So much detail. Oh. 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 And it's in Korean as well. And for... Oh. Oh! I get it! It's the thing from the ancient cistern. Oh. Oh, that's evil. And also the webs she's climbing through, because I thought like the oh god, wow, Agony is right. Like the mark on her chest, like I thought it was a spider web, and I looked closer and it looked like, oh, it's like broken glass, and I was just sort of climbing through both, because like it looked like webs, but also. But yeah, this is brutal. Oh, Kirumi. The fan service was not necessary. Kind of reminds me of Byakuya's unused execution from the first game.
I'm immediately getting flashbacks to the anime again.
Oh, wow. Just wow, everything. Just... Oh, hi, Monosuke. I can't be seen without my glasses. Splish. That was... really something else. But yeah, the ancient cistern thing, like that's clever. Like, I'm not entirely sure what necessarily connects that parable with being the ultimate maid, but they made it work. Like that was... wow.
Really?
Oh wow! And there's a bit of sushi in there. It's the one that appeared in Kyoko's hair towards the end of the first game.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah?
Let's get along. We are all friends.
Oh, Monodam.
I will not forgive that.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Oh dear. Good. That sounds nothing like vomiting.
That's nice.
Oh, Monokuma, you're a strange parent.
So they're so freaking cute.
What the fuck?
How horrible!
What the fuck did I just witness?
Stop it! I don't like that.
Yeah, that was far and away. I know the third execution from the previous game was a bit abstract, but that was just woof.
I'll protect you.
Come on, come on! Cause Atua says so.
I swear, if you edit it carefully enough, you could probably remix Angie's lines to just be Cheap Thrills by Sia. Just because she's already got Come On, Come On. Turn the radio on, it's Friday night, and it's high heels, Cheap Thrills, whatever.
I'm expecting that once you finish this entire game test.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Hey!
Of course!
However... That's...
Huh?
I see.
What?
Okay.
Huh. This has just been a train wreck and a half.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's so mean. It's a lie.
Fucking hell, Kokichi Grandma.
Because...
You're right. That's right.
A Pyrrhic victory indeed. Clearly we'll just need to try the death road of Canada again.
For now.
You're right.
Juice.
You? I won't forgive you!
It'll be okay. What's wrong?
Oh, going to daddy.
Why?
Hey, so...
Okay.
Hey!
Huh?
Oh, what now, Kokichi? Oh, what now, Kokichi?
What is it?
You get it?
Are you talking about Maki and the suspicions I have about her? He's talking about Maki and the suspicions I had about her.
What? Ah. Well, you know.
Ah.
Which means...
Hold on!
Oh, she angry. Oh. So...
You know, this is an interesting turn of events.
kind of proving that she has ultimate abilities in some department that may or may not pertain to killing.
Would you really kill me in front of everyone?
Hey, Maki!
I mean, I said it in jest, but I mean, is she actually going to be the ultimate, like... I guess assassin is the eloquent word for it.
Yeah, you can probably snap my neck like a twig right now. That's not your style. You would rather kill from the shadows. Right, Miss Ultimate Assassin?
There it is. And piano. Kaede, you've had your time.
Still, nothing quite as amazing as Genocide Jack yet.
Oh, I get the heaven and hell thing now as well because of the strand of agony and that whole thing. Clever. Still a really contrived title, but clever. I just got an achievement called Sweeps Week. I was bitching about that name, like, I think yesterday to my father, like, fuck is sweeps? Don't do this. Don't sweep. Well, anyway. Whoa, spoilers.
What you're seeing now is live footage of the sky from our camera at the scene.
And we're not going to see any more of that. But anyway, it's time for us to end things off until next week, where we will move into chapter the 3rd. And in the meantime, if there's time before Betty buys, Heather and I will be making it. Well, I say Heather and I were making a thing, but it's right. Will there be time, Heather, to do the chapter 2 thing?
Yeah, I can do it. Just I probably won't record the lines until, like, I'm awake. But we can script it out tonight, no problem.
Okay. Just because at the moment on a private Discord server, I'm running through the Danganronpa thing that I wrote with a circle of friends, which Heather has already, like, proofed the evidence, and Heather is the protagonist in the story, so it makes sense for her to voice a closing argument. We would have done it for Chapter 1, but we didn't, so we're doing it for Chapter 2 instead. And if something comes of this, then y'all probably won't be the first to know, but you might find out. Anyway, in the meantime, tomorrow I'm on the radio from 10 a.m. UK time. Use Google to figure out when that is for you. And, yeah. I guess...
Predictions, Tess. Who's next?
Well, clearly it's Chapter 3, so it's going to be a double kill. And I've been saying this whole time that Korekio's going to snap eventually, and if anyone's going to kill too, it'll be the one who snaps hardcore, and, like, Korekio seems the sort. Like, we're probably going to... Like, if it is Korekio, we'll see under that mask, we'll have some massive revelation. And I think ages ago, I want to say that I indicted Tenko and Angie. Like, at the time I thought it was because they'd be so annoying that there's no way they'd survive, and now I'm just like, yeah, sure. Like, they've had their complete character arcs at this point, so sure, why not? I mean, I would struggle to miss them given how thirsty Tenko has been, and Angie has sort of outlived her usefulness. But, like, bearing in mind, because the ultimate serial killer didn't die in the first game, but then the ultimate pretending to be a serial killer did die in the second game, I'm guessing the ultimate assassin will probably survive in the name of irony in this game. So I think Maki's going to be safe. Just permanently.
Interesting.
That said, though, it is 12:10, and I've been having to get up early to do those radio shows, so I'm gradually losing my mind. It's warm in here, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time until I get a passive-aggressive note under my door saying, "Hey, Tess, go to bed." So thank you all for joining. You can catch me on the radio tomorrow. The station, by the way, I should mention, is FCOT FM, FCOT FM. If you find that on Twitter or Facebook, there's also the website, fcotfm.online. All the information's on there. So
FCOT FM.
FCOT FM. In fact, I have a signed notebook, so there you go. Just that, ignore the 87.7, that's just the FM frequency, but just fcotfm.online is the website. And actually, since we're here, I did promise to play the butt plug music, but it might be a bit loud, so just look up the theme of the Psyche Taxi, and you'll hear the butt plug song. In the meantime, though,
Oh dear.
Yes, I probably should take a thick drink of slee. So, Heather, do you have any outwords to add?
Do the goods. Enjoy the whatevers. Appreciate life, and see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeast.
Meow.